everybody, first off, thank you guys for coming out.
Brian, Shannon, and Fred.
Yes.
All you know is Fred.
He said your name, he said your first name.
Hey, don't hate the game over here.
Hey, the entire time she came up, all he do is Google, all he do is joke, but when you talk, you got something to say.
I did say that,
You
didn't I?
did say that in front of us.
They watch the show, they know.
Hey, well,
Fred got that grown-ass man name. That's that one to bring groceries and pay a light bill. That Fred, that's a real name.
Frederick.
Frederick, too. That's a grown man. That's somebody my mama date. You know, say hi to Mr. Frederick. He got your bike out there.
He paid a light bill. Thanks, Mr. Frederick.
He that one you can't get smart with because he look like he a choker kid. You know, he like, hey, I'm about to take your fish. You like the fish?
I know you can smile. Is that what they want you to do?
Yeah, that's it.
You don't do that?
I do it all the time.
You good.
I do it all the time.
I got you.
Hey guys, well thank you so much. Welcome to The Pivot. First of all, shout out to Netflix. We're so honored to be partnered with them once again. For Happy Gilmore too. For Happy Gilmore too, obviously it's all about being a disruptor, right? We know what Happy Gilmore was, right? He wanted to play hockey his whole life. His pop got hit with a hockey puck. He couldn't play no hockey because he couldn't skate, so he started to golf. And then when he started golfing, he hit the ball stupidly, but he hit it far, right? Disruptors are people who can come into certain mediums, platforms, sports, organizations, and change those things for the better by being different. And that's exactly who Lavelle Crawford is. That's exactly who Kim Whitley is. And most of the time, that's exactly who Chan is. And I try to keep it on the straight and narrow.
You ain't no disruptor?
No.
I stay in trouble.
Okay, I'm just trying to make sure, because I'm trying to figure out what a disruptor is. I ain't know I was a disruptor.
You disruptive.
He just gave you the definition.
I wasn't listening to that part.
And we've been trying to start the show for 15 minutes.
I thought
That's
it started.
disruptive.
I thought that started.
Disrupted everything.
That is disruptive.
I'm sorry, Mr. Clark.
I do want to ask you though, Kim, in being a woman in comedy, right, and talking about being a disruptor, it's so much that you have to do to present as a beautiful woman, but also to be funny and to be accepted. What's some of the pushback that you felt in trying to be your authentic self?
Well,
She can't get past the beautiful part.
I was.
You swooned her. She was all like
I
that.
was swooned. I was like, I didn't hear you, but you say what? No. Well, then I was gonna say, it's when you're a female, especially coming up, when I came up in the game, a lot of these comics wanted you to sleep with them. Not Lavelle. Lavelle's always been nice to all of us, but you know, there was it was a lot, you know. I think it's changed now because it's, you know, everybody's talking about stuff and what happens, and there's more women in the game. But you have to, think about a comedy show. They might have one woman on it. They ain't never had like two. A lot of times, because the men are like, oh, damn, we gotta put a woman. You can put a woman back to back, you put men back to back. You have a whole show of men, and you're in the back begging the owner of the club, who runs the club, you're like, can I get some time? And a lot of women, so we're always asking for time. And then they're like, yeah, you give me a massage. I'm like, just let me get on the stage.
Yeah. And Lavelle ain't trying to hit nothing because he gonna get asthma.
What are we doing?
Never mind, don't worry about it no more.
Hold on, player. Ain't no asthma in my system, first of all, with them little predator braids on your head. I know your head hurt.
It's over now.
You need an ice pack. Them things tied up with them baby hairs. He got some of his eyebrow hair in them braids. talking about my breath. Like, dude, look, when it comes down, and I ain't even gonna put my wife out here like that, we know I got enough breath for that. You know, I'm gonna give her my best 4 minutes.
She over there nodding. I'm sorry. She over there nodding.
If it happened quickly enough, we doing the right thing. Sure, you ain't gotta be that long.
Well, Kim was talking about the gender side of it. What were some of the things you disrupted with the way you approach things that you had to get through in the industry?
Well, they wanted me to give them massages too, but
man, ain't nobody want you to massage no
you
goddamn
just asked
body.
before we got on the scene. Can you rub my neck? I like, dude, I just got here. I don't know what's going on. I mean, good God, he just come at me like, do you ever did that? Like, but anyway, I mean, being a male figure, you know, it's a male-dominated society and comedy because, you know, a lot of your greats, but, you know, there's a lot of female greats as well. But I think mine was, you know, I was a larger comedian, so, you know, they try to put you in a box like, yeah, you do all fat jokes, just like you try to act like I got asthma, you know. I breathe hard, but I ain't got no damn asthma. I mean, he gonna put me, I ain't got no puffer, I ain't got no antihistamine. He trying to put me out there bad, but you know how they always try to put you in a box just like they do women, you know, but you just had to come with the funny. And one thing about comedy, and we were talking to him earlier, man, you got to always bring it no matter what. Because that one day you had that bad set, because nowadays, you know, this world so tissue paper soft. These guys can bomb and they go, oh, that's all right. He gonna get it together. Back in the day, we on Apollo, they booed the hell out of you. Hell, they booed you. I got booed so many times in my family reunion, I was gonna quit. And that's my mama, she was leaving. So it was like, man, you had to come up there with a purpose and keep it real with yourself. You know, this ain't no game, because, you know, funny is triggering something people don't always wanna do. You know, like Fred said he don't smile a lot. He got that gangster stroke face. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if he having a stroke or what. I'm telling you.
If he had a stroke, I know my God.
He had a stroke.
I mean, because he just like this all the time. You don't know if he did a good job or not, Fred.
And you with him?
And I said, man, you had to be on defense. You had to be.
We just met, bro.
Ryan just shaved and trimmed up. You ain't even got on a suit jacket tonight. You really don't come ready for us. You have your suit jacket on ESPN and all that. Now you got your little shirt on.
Because I own this.
Huh?
I own this. I can dress
but
how I want.
you can wear a suit.
You ain't wear no suit?
I wasn't supposed to. I don't own it. Hey, look, nigga, I'm throwing it in there. You see I own it. Okay. All right. You own the top golf? You know? I mean, is this your top golf? Let me get out of your way.
Excuse me, Fred, want to say something.
Oh, Fred, Mr. Fred, I apologize. I'm just like you by the facial expression. I'm like you. I'm a dog in the game. I don't care.
Right, so let me ask you this question.
Yes,
then,
sir.
Right, and it's actually for both of y'all.
Yeah.
So you're trying to stay in your own lane and disrupting, but talk about performance pressure. The pressure to perform, like in this movie with Happy Gilmore too, Adam Sandler and Ben Stiller. So being alongside them and being able to carry that weight, but talk about that performance pressure.
Good question, Fred. You want to go first, Kim?
Well,
Fred answer some. Fred, you threw something at us. I got to get serious now.
Get your stroke face up.
Yeah, I got. Hey, right go.
He's silly. We've been talking about this.
Hey, go
LaBelle ain't
ahead.
got, you serious? First of all, let me say it. LaBelle ain't got no pressure nowhere. Only probably with his wife. Let me tell you something. He don't give a damn about nobody. He got on that set, I don't care who it is. One thing is, we talked about this, we did Adam Sandler's movie, Hubie Halloween, together. And we on the set, that was my first Adam Sandler movie. LaBelle done did about 300 of them. So he was already comfortable with Adam and everyone when we did it. And I remember Adam said, one thing about Adam will say, he'll say, go ahead, y'all, just run. And when you tell a comic to just go, you better be ready, especially if you're with somebody like LaBelle. So I was like, but I gotta say these lines, LaBelle. LaBelle's like, get them lines. He said, we're just gonna run it, let's hit it. And that means we don't know what we're gonna say, but we play off each other. So the pressure really was to perform and make Adam laugh. And once you see them laughing, we was like, we in there, let's get it. And then you see it in the trailer, we high-fiving each other. We was like, we made it in the trailer. Our little ad lib.
Yeah. And I told her, I said, when she did that put us right in the trailer, because we was going off on each other, and they just kept it in. And then I was like, see, that's all you got to do. Because my whole thing is like anything. It's just like opportunities in sports. I played sports. I traveled with Kansas City Chiefs. They hit me so hard, I woke up, my shoes was back in Foot Locker. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't good.
You played against the Kansas City Chiefs.
I didn't play against the whole team. Come on now, you sound special. You kind of sound special.
Hey, I wasn't gonna judge you. I was gonna let you tell your story.
No,
I knew you was lying, but I was gonna let you tell it.
I ain't lying. I lied. When I was in college, Brian, I would have took you out back in college. You don't even know. These niggas,
position you played?
These boys don't even understand. I played defensive tackle and nose tackle.
He could do that. He could
I can play. That's my position. I ain't say I play.
Man, ain't nobody playing for Kansas City when they sit with their dick out like you sit.
Well, when you got a dick, you can sit out like that. How about that? How about that? I don't get my mama's dick.
I'm half white. Me and Lavelle are talking.
Hey, we know what half you are.
We both
know what half
we
it
both
is.
have our mama's dicks. So.
And Fred said something
my
funny.
mama did some time. So
Y'all be
there you
missing
go.
it. Fred said something funny, and y'all missed it.
I'm sorry, Fred. Let me answer Fred a question, because Shannon over here hating because he did 5 little shows. He think he a comedian.
Why you gonna
now.
call his shows low though?
Oh,
Because he got white in him.
I gotta sit like.
I just play him.
I'm gonna sit like this to get right.
But no, I did. Honest to God, I played, man. I mean, hey, I ain't in the shape I was. I'm 56 years old. Time catchy, but I tried, and it wasn't what I supposed to do, because they knocked the hell out of me. I boxed. I done a lot of stuff, but comedy was a world that I love. Because once I got in, I got my first laugh, I was just like, oh my God, I want to do this the rest of my life. Because I used to hear Richard Pryor on albums. That's a disc. Some of these people don't know what an album is. It's a round thing, and you put this thing on it, and you play it, and you listen to it. No video or nothing. Back in the day, but I used to think, man, Richard Pryor, the only one could be funny, and I didn't know how to do that. But then I got my chance to do open mic in St. Louis, and I'm gonna tell you, the performance anxiety back then, when you up there, and you think you doing good, you do good all the time, but that time the crowd quiet, and they ain't laughing or doing nothing, my mouth get cotton mouth, I got scared, and that's my performance anxiety came in then. I was like, oh Lord, and I couldn't pull off nothing. And I had to find it. And then after that, I said, man, I'm gonna start learning how to click it and keep the funny, riding off that laughter. If I get one person laugh, I'm gonna ride off and I'm gonna find a way to bring it. And see, when I give opportunities, just like I told Kim, like you talking about the movie, you grasp it, because this world don't give you nothing. You gotta take it. And so when Adam Sandler told us to go there, I got everything that I got. He called me because I went and did the job. I didn't, no matter what. I be tired as hell, feet hurting, whatever. I'm gonna be out there
Sleep
doing
on the set?
Yeah, man. I slept on the set, I ain't even lying. Because if I went to my trailer, I was gonna miss the shoot. You know what I'm saying? So I was staying out there, and and I learned and I watched, because I would stay out there so I could watch the cameraman. I stay out there watch the light man. I stay out there watch the sound man, and I watch the actors. And I learned from all of that. And that's, and so that's how I took my work ethic and changed it into what I wanted to do. Because comedy it's still an ethic. You gotta be able to, I used to do 3-4 shows a night. We used to do 3 shows a night, and you talking about, I was doing 4 hours on stage. And I would do 2 hours each show. But like back then, them comedy clubs was rough. I mean, you had to go, and comedy clubs is rougher than theaters, way rougher, because you got to go back up that next night. You would kill the show. Now you got to go up and do it again and prove yourself again. That's rough.
But that's the whole point. What he's saying is we are in a big movie. This is 30 years ago was the first one. Now this movie is huge. It's got so many stars in it, and me and Lavelle were talking about earlier. If this was maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago, we would have gone on the set and we would have been a little pressure, like, oh, they're going such and such. But since we've been, coming up in the game, our star is just as big as some of these people. Mm-hmm. So we went on the set, we're confident, and that's the difference. When you come in the game early, you're like, oh, And I think the same thing with football players. Young football players probably look up to a couple of y'all. And, it's a thing.
Auntie, don't look over here at me and make fun of us.
There's that margarita talk.
Yeah, y'all been in the game for a long time, right? And I think about the way comedies used to be made, the sort of jokes you can make, and now everything has to be so much more politically correct, or you have to work.
That's only if you gotta own a business like Pivot. I don't own shit.
Finish your question. Don't listen.
I'm just telling. I know where you're going because I hear that damn thing all the time, and it don't make no sense to me.
But you could be canceled though.
Shit, if I can't cancel my Netflix if you want to, it's in my mama name. I don't
it's
care.
in my mama's name?
Yeah, look, The thing about that is that's an illusion, man. I'm 56 years old. I don't sit up here and try to please nobody. I've been talking about back when I started in the 90s, I talk about now. And if you ain't strong enough, walk your ass out. You gonna try to cancel me? You ain't gonna cancel me. I'ma still work. And I'm gonna come back worse than that because you had the nerve to get your feelings hurt. You can't walk up here worrying about what you're doing. That ain't comedy. Comedy comes from, it touches the stuff that nobody else touches.
But I think,
But
no,
before you go, I want to
think
tell
it's
him
true.
worse is not a word. You go on.
You said
Worser is not a word.
Look it up. It is a word. It is.
Worser?
Oh, he got a whole bunch of them.
The man just said he
That
don't
ain't
care
the
what
rule.
people think. You think he care that word
Chad,
ain't a word?
But Shannon trying to act like he's smart. That's that white side always trying to. Because in your black
He
world,
trying to put you in your place.
worser is a word in the black part of your family.
But with that,
when I cross my leg, that's when I pull
No,
my white
it's
side.
true. You know when it changed, and Lavelle might have a different perspective on this, but we were getting canceled. Comedy is funny when you can be your true self. That's when people come to hear things that they can't say and that we say. And that's when comedy is. When you're your true self, that's when you're your funniest, when you are free. And we went, and for about 10 years, we've having this cancel culture. But this is my feeling, that when Kevin Hart had that roast, they took a chance. It was on Netflix, and the things they said, people were like, oh, I can't believe they said that. But they saw people laughing, and they stopped canceling, because there was about 3, 4, 5 people on that stage that could have gotten canceled for the things that they said. But I think, for me, I felt like that brought back true comedy, because even comics felt kind of like, oh, we can say that word now? Yeah. It just, freed you up. I don't know, Lavelle, what you feel.
You said that, but I look at like Dave Chappelle. He was kind of like a fighter but he kind of got on one side too much, picking on. It was funny the first couple of times, but at least he did stand on business, and I respected that, because my whole thing is, it's like, how you stopping? The funny stuff is the roughest stuff. Like now, you look at Instagram, they do all this racial stuff with AI. They have the people looking like the black people, and they do black jokes, they do white jokes, they do all these jokes, but it's supposed to be AI. And I said, now they saying all the stuff that used to do. But I think that it makes people tougher. Because like you play sports, y'all all play football, right? I mean, if coach pat you on the back, even when you messed up, you wouldn't be shit today. True. You understand? Yeah. You gotta be able to hear something that's gonna hurt your feelings. Like he said, I had asthma, my ever said. I could take it that way, but I'm sure he the one with Primatine Mist.
I think, but I do.
That's your husband.
I do. Hey man, sometimes funny though, Shay.
And I hope it don't get worse.
Worse. Did you give it to him again?
You mentioned Netflix and the roast, right? Netflix has kind of been in the forefront of pushing certain things forward, right? You had the roast of Tom Brady. Now they're getting in the box and doing that. But to have a movie like Happy Gilmore 2, right? I think the first one was, 95, 96. So it's been 30 years. 30 years. Since that. And so now, though, to be a part of it in a reboot that moves sort of in a different direction. It is a little older. Yeah. How exciting was it for you to be a part of that with this ensemble cast and all of cameos and the different comedians that were part of it?
It was very exciting. You get that call and Adam wants you to be a part of his thing. This is the thing that people don't really understand. I guess the world might understand. Adam calls people he likes to work with. Because when you go on the set, it's all the friends, it's all the family, it's all his boys. His wife is in the movie, his daughter's in the movie. So that's what makes it fun and great. And since he's such a great guy, you want to work for him for $2.50. So it's, it doesn't matter.
You got that much?
I see. Because it's about, it really, when you think about it, you don't even think about it because it's like Adam called. You want to be a part of, and I'm not saying, ooh, Adam's, this is this, but it's the truth. When you have good people, you want to help them make good art, if that's okay. And he's seen, like Lavelle, when we've done it together, he's called me for a couple projects, but I couldn't do it because of my schedule. So I would be even, as many as he's been in. How many have you been in, like 10? Five.
I mean, but the thing was, he saw me on YouTube, and I always push this, young comics, put your stuff out there. People like, I don't want my material off, though. I want that. I'm like, man, you gotta put your personality out there, and so that people can see. And that's where Adam saw me first, off of that. And that's how I got this movie being on Club Shay. I mean, you know who is a disruptor. Yeah. You know. I mean, Shannon is a disruptor big time, cause he got one of the highest rated talk shows, and he can't speak English. It's like,
I'm gonna be honest, that's a better joke than I thought you was gonna tell.
I thought he was going down.
I'm gonna be honest, I accept that.
Hold, Ryan. We ain't gonna be bringing that up. We ain't gonna bring up none of my business, Ryan. We ain't gonna bring up none of that all them rumors, all that alleged stuff they trying to talk about. We ain't gonna bring it up. You hear me, Brian? I'll put that on everything. If you, like my mama always said, if you can't say nothing, put it back in the kitchen. I'm like, what the hell that mean?
He always got something his grandma said that's not a real thing.
What's his name?
Shannon.
What's his name?
Ryan.
Oh, okay.
Look at this nigga. That's white for you.
You got a lot of letters in your mouth that ain't supposed to be there. Kim, I want to ask you, getting in that circle, because we see it all the time. Will Ferrell got his boys,
right.
Like Adam got his boys. Getting in those circles, like, does it click to you? I'm in them circles, and then that feeling of, is that a I made it feeling when you start getting them calls?
Yes, Negro. What you think? You thinking?
I said
Look,
Kim.
She said Kim. You can't answer every question.
I mean, you be trying to be smart and dumb at the same time. It's amazing. It's amazing how you try to sound intelligent and then you slip into dumbness.
Why y'all can't sit by each other?
Cause he's foolish. I asked Miss Kim a question.
You know what? It's great because we're part of the Happy Madison family, and it is. I don't know if it's like, oh, I made it, because it's a progression in your career. You know, you go like this, and you expect to make it. Mm-hmm. You expect to get those calls, and since you get the call the first time and you do good work, as LaBelle said, if you do your job and you funny and you don't act a fool on the set, you know, they're gonna call you back. And Adam, there's a couple people out there that will. There was something you said earlier today. It was interesting when you said somebody brings you up. How Adam reached really, and he's gonna take you with him. Mm-hmm. That's what people don't see. They're like, oh, he got all his friends in the movie. He wants his people to make it. Mm-hmm. And when you say make it, I was like, yeah, he's gonna make my star brighter. And that's why you want to do good work for him.
And the thing about it, I know you experienced it too, he be on the set with us, you know, giving you encouragement. Yes. It's not that he's up there micromanaging, you know.
No.
I mean, you know about this, Ryan. Since you're a boss and you own your own business.
Sounds
you
good.
know, you watch people and you want them to do better, you know. And so you help them get that understanding. And he's not there to judge you. He's just there to push you to where he wants you to. Hey man, try it like this, you know. Yep. And I try it like he wants to. And I'll be like, wow, you know. And I do his way, and then I do my way. Yep. And like, you know, I mean, I know I ain't the best orator there is out there. I know
the best orator. That was a big word for you.
No, I'm very smart. Don't play me now. Don't slow your roll down. I ain't him, all right. I do my research, but let me hold up. Let me just say, I was gonna give Kim some love on this. Kim did 20,000 moves. Yeah. I said it all day. She played a parrot, you know. You know, a lot of brothers out here playing gorilla. She up here being a bird, you know. And I just seen a movie she was in called Kill Mary Sue on Prime, and she did a great job in there. She was running for Senate or something, and I was, you know, I was like, man, there go Kim, and you know, she's talking about the female aspect of comedy. Kim is a good role model for young actresses out here, because Kim be in everything. Mm-hmm. I seen her play special needs, man. I mean, I don't know if she walked around with you, but she did a great job. I mean, she done a lot of movies, and it's incredible how she put it together. And, you know, her hustle is serious. It's like, you know, where mine's in the comedy, the movie thing came along, like the TV thing. And I mean, Adam was one of them people that he was my hero, because I used to watch his Wedding Singer.
Yep.
I mean, The Water Boy, Billy Madison.
Boy, yep.
And so when he called me for Ridiculous Six, I was like, oh my goodness, I don't get to be I'm in this movie. I'm in it. It ain't like I come in like I ain't gonna diss none of my brothers because I appreciate what they give me. Like I was in Tyler Perry movie. You know, I was in there for about 8 minutes. You know, I said, yo, and they clicked to something else. And then, but I was in it, you know
Tell
what
us
I'm
about
saying?
Breaking Bad. Like you said, you took the role for Breaking Bad. I didn't know you was in there. You said you just,
Yeah, I won a SAG award. And then I got a spinoff.
Yeah.
You Better Call Saul.
Yeah. And Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul was crazy because you know how I got that role, right? I played Hugh, right? Hugh was a big security guard, you know. And his brother's talking about, yeah, I'm gonna play you in the spinoff because I'm a personal trainer, and I'm gonna play you smaller next time. I said, I bet you $100, I'm gonna play myself. And I went and had weight loss surgery so I could slim down. And they tried to put me in a fat suit because they thought, like, no, they want the bigger Hugh. And I said, no, player, we gonna keep it the same way. Yeah. And it was beautiful because I was able to get that role, and nobody could play it like me, you know, because that was my character. Even if you try to switch up, I said it wasn't gonna work. So they put me in there. I'm blessed. I won SAG award on that stuff. I mean, comedy's been great for me. If you take it serious, man, I got nominated for a Grammy. I mean, I done stuff that I'd be like, wow, I can't believe.
Even know, though.
I mean, being a C to D student, you know, if I could do it, you can do it.
Like you talk about Adam and Will Ferrell and all these people we see with their friends that they continue to put in movies. How do you see that for our community? Are there producers and directors and comedians and actors that you feel like truly work to put other people from our communities on and bring them up with them as well?
I think Kevin Hart, he has his, the plastic cup boys. He keeps them with him. These are his boys, been his boys for a long time. But in movies, he'll bring his friends. But Tyler Perry, you see the same people, Jamie Foxx. So you see that they're doing it. Me and Lavelle were talking about, he said, as soon as he get a movie, he said he's gonna put me in it. Right. So we always talk about that. I think you have to, if you have a good heart, and that's what we're talking about, a person like Adam and Jamie and people who, if you have a good heart, you want your friends, you want them to win. First of all, you're tired of them asking you for money. So you got to give all your friends some work. Yeah. So I believe that does happen in our community. Should it happen more? Absolutely. I was just trying to say, are there any women, Wanda Sykes, Lena Waithe, every time they got something, they call me. And I was like, I can't really play that. They're like, just come on, you can do it. All right. I'll be horrible in it. They're like,
that's good.
That's
good that I look at in our community, if I keep it real, we be trying to be too cliquish. And if we don't have enough, we can have a lot if we stop being cliquish and just, but you got the people that you know can pull it off, and you bypass them, but so somebody you can control, and that's some of our problem is we be worried about somebody outshining us. Cause I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm not biting on nobody. It's because I got more love in the mainstream community than I did in the black community. And it's crazy. It's like everybody supposed to know I'm funny as hell. Why you ain't in? Why? I said, I don't know. I mean, I audition, I come in there, and it don't happen. But Adam Sandler, Vince Gilligan, all these, Always Sunny in Philadelphia, all these white shows. I even did one with The New Girl. I did an episode of The New Girl. I mean, I've been on, all these shows that I barely watch. And the shows that I watch and I love, I can't get in. I can't. And I think it's like, cause like prime example, I did, I do the Hoodie Awards all the time, and I was thinking like, get hooked up in that. I mean, I don't get the call when the movie come out, and I be like, damn, I see everybody in it, but I'm not in it. But I don't know what that is, and I don't care, cause that's their loss. Cause I'm gonna still be bringing, and every time they see me, I'm glowing, I'm blowing up.
Well, sometimes I feel this, like you're saying, being a disruptor. Sometimes God puts you in a place where you got to be stronger. You got to work harder.
Pretty much.
He's not going to just give it to you. And I think what happens is we all like, oh, well, I can't believe I wasn't in that movie. What that does is that's going to make you be like, I'm going to show you. It makes you better.
Yeah,
you go and get in Happy Gilmore too, and you do all this stuff. And then people, you don't need that.
Like you said, God make something bigger. That was real, Kim. You Kim, you hit that because you did the praise radio station today. Kim got the Holy Spirit. God spoke too. She was a vessel for like 5 seconds.
I was a vessel.
That margarita left and you came in with Jesus. Dang, that hit me. I was like, whoa.
I tell you, 2 days with him, I can't take it. I can't take it.
He a handful.
Yo, he is a handful.
Like literally, 2 handfuls.
Don't put me in your hands.
Hey, no, we did a show just recently about gatekeeping. We talked about what's for you is for you, regardless of the
And
gatekeepers.
what is gatekeeper, Fred, to you?
When you're trying to protect someone from getting something that they're supposed to have.
Okay.
Like, I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
That's my, like, when I was in Jacksonville, they brought guys in, and it wasn't my job to try to not give them access to an opportunity to win a starting job. I said, let's go and compete.
Right.
It's fair game. It's my job to show you you're not gonna get this job.
There it is.
I hold it down.
That's it.
Not my job, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
So, but with that, I wanted to ask, you guys have been in the game for a while, and when that phone not ringing, when the disruption is there for those opportunities, what keep y'all motivated?
Oh, well, you know
Well,
what
stand up to me, because you know, Kim works too. I mean, I'm on the road pretty much every weekend, so I mean, I would love to sit down. My wife probably love me to be home a little more and be home where I could be practical. I got to get on this road until I'm able to get to that point, because when I had the radio show, me and her was on Tom Jones, it was kind of nice because I was home kind of regular, but it's like, I gotta go get it. So comedy saves, you know, keeps me out of that fog. I would love to get them. And now that I'm older, I don't really trip off of it like I used to. When I was younger, like, yeah, why didn't get that? What? You know, and then, but after you get older, you just think, man, you know, I've done a lot. I've done a lot of great things. So, I mean, if they don't call me, it's no problem, because, you know, I can't go nowhere without being recognized.
But you're gonna keep working. I think that's what he's saying is the motivation is when you are a true stand-up. He's a true stand-up. I play with it. I do stand-up. That is a stand-up, and there's a difference. Like I'll go do stand-up. I enjoy it. He lives it. He breathes it. He loves it. And when that happens, and it is something that you love, I love acting. Okay, I love stand-up also, but we're performers. So the motivation is, it is in us. We have to do it. So say the phone's not ringing. Guess what's gonna happen? I'm gonna create something. I don't need the phone. He gonna create something. We create something for us. I'm a producer. We're not gonna sit around and be like, well, you know what? He's writing, he's already written a script. He's got a movie. We have to create because we're creatives.
Is it passion, the checks, or both?
It's passion.
It's passion. Oh, the checks are lovely when you get them, but the passion is there, because I do something, man. I did a low budget flick in New York. I think the dude paid me $1,200. I ain't even got the money. I just went up there and did it for this young guy. His family did the catering. We did it in the subway. It was a short. I ain't even seen it, but he asked me at the Netflix a joke thing, and we wound up getting together. He flew me up, put me in a hotel. I went and did it. It was like, because what I believe is you keep your engine oil, and just in case you get that opportunity.
Because it will come.
Yeah.
If you stay out there and because think about this, you say you've been in the game a long time. When I have a young person coming to me and said, I saw you in Young and Hungry, or I saw you, I know, and they're, another generation. You just have to stay out there so people will know who you are. You can't just sit back at home and be like, oh, the phone didn't ring. You got to go make your own phone.
And to that point too, because they call it, on this show, I'm the pocket watcher. I go net worth on everybody comes on this show. I know about.
He looks at everybody's net worth.
I Google net
when they come
worth
on the
because I
show.
want to see.
First of all,
you walked in with the maker. You got bread. You got bread.
All that Google network, I don't believe none of that.
Can you go get it for me, because I don't know where it is.
I got a problem to Mr. Heller.
Please let me borrow yours.
So by the time you get to the parking lot, you're gonna be tired. No, I'm joking. But have you ever sacrificed a check for being real?
What you mean?
Oh yeah.
Explain it more.
I know what he's saying.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, you could have got a bigger check, but they want you to do this, or they don't want you to tell this joke. They don't want you to say this. So you sacrificing money
I put his
to
ask
be real.
Lavelle to put on a dress and play in the movie.
Man,
Boom. You gonna sacrifice the check.
I'm not gonna put no
Certain
dress
things
on.
he ain't gonna
I ain't
do.
gonna kiss no brother.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna do. It ain't worth it, because
Right.
that ain't me. If you want to see me in a dress, you got a problem. Because I don't even like small draws. So it's like the powerful thing. I'm gonna give you a prime example of that. Is like my family. You know, they taught me a lot. When I got married, it kind of boosted me up to understanding that you don't have to get crumbs to have a meal. You can sit back and get a meal. And my wife and them, we was all up for this reality show of family. It was right before I went and did the weight loss surgery, and it was gonna be a thing. But my kids, they was kind of like, no, I don't wanna do it because I mean we be out in the public eye and I don't feel safe. He was a baby then, and you know, so my wife was kind of worried about him. So they said, no, we don't want to do it. I was kind of upset. I said, man, I'm trying to put some money in everybody's pocket, blah blah blah. But I wasn't looking at their livelihood in the midst of it. So once I turned it down, I wound up, you know, they had to go on and pay me anyway. I still got some of that stuff you Googling. I got it, but it was spent that week, you understand? But once I seen how the show and how the network was going, it would have been a bad idea. I don't have to put them out there like that to say that. Yeah. But when I saw it, it was almost like my family made more sense, and it taught me something. Like, man, I ain't got to do everything just because it's safe. If I'm gonna do a reality show, I'll just put it together myself. Right. So, because I know my family.
You can't chase her.
No.
That would be bad for you. We probably did it when we were younger. We absolutely did it when we were younger. But as you come, we can make choices, and then you have to start. I mean, I've been playing prostitutes for a long time. I'm not gonna play no old prostitute. It's over. If they can't pay me, I'm not putting that stuff on. I'm not, hey, daddy, I'm not doing it anymore. So certain things, and get back to the other question, we was talking about how you got to create. During the pandemic, nobody's working. Me and Sherry Shepherd said we got to do something, and we created a podcast called Two Funny Mamas. Mm-hmm. And since then we've won 3 NAACP awards. It's just thank you. So you just have to get out there and create. You just can't just sit back and be talking about woe is me, you know? So there's that.
And then you agree, like in COVID, I wrote 2 books. I wrote a comedy book that I advise you to get. You know, and trust me, it's an easy read because it's like it only got it only got 4 or 5, 10 different pages with words on it. But it's a good book. Pictures? It's a guide. It's a guide.
It got pictures in it.
No, you don't need two of me, front and back. Oh, okay. But I do got one book that I wrote. It was a children's book. It's beautiful. We getting it refurbished. It's called Fishing with My Big Daddy because that's my passion.
He loved to fish.
And my granddaddy taught me how to fish, and I wrote a book about it. I'm writing another one too called King of the Lake. It's just a vision of me talking about fishing and getting kids back because black kids used to fish. Be out there with grandma with the cane pole, and we stopped doing it. You know, I don't know what it is. Do you fish?
I love it.
Okay.
I got boats and all.
Oh wow, we gotta go then.
Oh, I got you, brother.
You got a boat. I'm gonna use you for your boat.
As long as you wear a dress, because you built like Monty Toya.
Well, I guess I ain't getting on your boat. See that?
I do have a question. You mentioned, you know, the podcast, but becoming a mother, and in the way that you did it, which I think is just so honorable. How did that change you?
Oh yeah, I do. Becoming a mother, especially later in life. I wasn't 20. It kept me out them streets. It really, God said, you're gonna sit down. That's what you're gonna do. You know, partying and hanging out all the time. And it gave me a purpose. I never would think about time. I never thought about my age. I never thought about a future. Like, I saved money all the time, but I never really thought about this thing called life and how many years or days we even have in our life. And once you have a child, all of that goes like this. You're like, you gotta learn how to walk, you gotta learn how to eat, you gotta learn how to read, then I gotta get them in school. All the things that you have to teach them before they get like 17, 18, because after that it's over. So it 14. Really, 14. Mine's 14 too, and it makes you focus. It changed me, and it made, I would just really say it made me focus that everything I do will be for him, to make him a better person.
That's powerful that you say that, because like being a father, that's one thing about trying to do something for the money. I got a son that I gotta, try my best to be an image for. I even slam him down so I can play basketball with him just a little bit. I run, and once the quarter go up, I'm done. But I be out there for him, and I have to be there to see him grow and just be encouraging. I don't know how much he appreciated, but my father wasn't in my life. I found my father when I was like 49 years old.
49?
I ain't lying to you. It's an honest to God, because the daddy who I thought I was, he told me the truth that he wasn't my daddy. My mom was pregnant before he got there, and I was like, you ain't gonna lie, my mom ain't no hoe. All right. First of all, he gonna say, well, I ain't say she was a hoe. I said she know a whole lot of people. So I got mad at him. I said, we're gonna take a paternity test. So we did the swab. I paid for it. It came back. It could have been a scene in the movie. We sitting there at the IHOP. I'm looking at my mom, and a lady telling me, by these tests of the such and such paternity, this man is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. It was so many damn zeros. I was like, damn, I got it. He ain't my daddy.
I got it.
And I thought my mom would own up to it. I had the paperwork. She gonna cry. I can't believe he told you. I say, Mom, you could have told me. Neither one of them was there, I mean, but come to find out, we got in touch. I wrote him a letter, told him I love the Lord, and it's strange enough, this man embraced me. He didn't run from the message or nothing. Like I thought I was gonna call, hey man, I want to wish you happy Father's Day. He'd be like, who the hell is this? And hang up the phone. But he didn't do that. He embraced me, and I call him all the time. His voice sounds just like mine. He's real encouraging.
Oh, nice.
Well, guys, I'm going to say thank you all for coming out. Netflix, we appreciate you. Everybody tune in to Happy Gilmore 2.
Wait, that's it?
Miss Kim Whitley, Lavelle Crawford. Yes, they're telling me I have to rap, love.
We got to rap?
I thought this was your business.
July 25th. July 25th. Happy Gilmore 2. We want this movie to go international for 3, 4, 5 weeks on Netflix.
It's a great movie. Y'all gonna love it.
What can they expect from this Happy Gilmore 2?
Oh man, it's
Funny,
the Happy Gilmore 2.0.
Yes.
I mean, it's on another level. It's funny on another level. It tells you a backstory. It's a fun thing because we all wonder what happened to Happy because he was a regular Joe. So when y'all watch it, watch the first one, like Kim said. Watch the very first one, and then the second one, you're gonna be like, damn, how that go down? And it's a real interesting story and a great
it's for the whole family.
It's a whole
Everybody
family
go
movie.
watch
That's what Adam's
That's
movies
what's
is.
great.
Grandma can watch it with you. We having a good time. You're gonna love it. I think.
Please follow us on social media. I'm Kim Whitley, KYM Whitley across the board. And
I'm Channing Chowder.
you know what?
That ain't my goddamn name.
Hey, thank you guys again for coming out. We appreciate y'all.
Everybody's looking.
Hey man, I ain't even gonna lie, man. Y'all boys be taking me places, dog. Like, here we are, man, in Green Bay, on a historic Shadow Lane. Lombardi is right behind us. The stadium's right behind us. People are gonna be right there on the stage tomorrow being drafted, letting their dreams come true. Freddie T knows what it's like to be called in the first 10. You know what it's like to be called in the first 3 rounds. I know what it's like to not be called at all. But this is the pivot, man. Pivot fam, thank you for pivoting with us. Freddie T, man, looking at this draft, right? What is something right now in the lead up that's sticking out to you?
Well, we got sun in Green Bay. That's one thing that's kind of got my attention. The playoff teams from a year ago, they're going to be the beneficiaries of this draft. It's just wide open. Players that kind of fall here and there. If you're in the top 5, top 10, anything can happen. I think those later teams are going to be able to take advantage of, not knowing where quarterbacks are going. You got a lot of cornerbacks. I think still they're deep in cornerbacks, so those teams will be beneficiaries of that. And that's really the one thing that jumped out. There's been a lot of talk about the shakeup in the top 5, top 10, and it's going to be real interesting to see how it all unfolds because I don't know what's going to happen other than the number 1 pick, which is supposedly Cam Ward. After that, who knows?
GM's got to earn their money this year. GM's got to figure it out because there's going to be some hellified players taken this year that's going to be Hall of Fame type talent, but you have to figure out what you need or what you want or what your roster wants and all that stuff. So as it goes through it, like Freddie just said, as they're going through it, as I see you talking on TV all the time, man, it's changing. You don't know. Well, if they take him, then they might have to take him, or he could jump and all that stuff. So I think this year is interesting because there's not those top 5 that you know are gonna go. You never know what these teams are gonna do. Cam Moore is supposed to go first. But I ain't hear nobody from the Titans say that.
No, they said it.
They said flat out going first.
It is done. Cam Ward to the Titans is done.
Is number 1. So now we got 2 through 270. What's going to happen? But I think this year the GMs are really going to have to earn their pay.
You know, to me, the interesting sort of piece of this draft is the Shedeur Sanders piece. If you take it back to the middle of January when this process started and we're just talking about the film and sort of placing the players, Shedeur Sanders is top 5, top 10 pick. Peter Schrager says today that it's possible that he's not going to be in the first round. Like, don't be surprised if that happens. You know, Chan, the chatter around him, do you find it, or how unusual do you find it that a player of his stature has sort of been attacked in the media the way he has, and now his stock continues to plummet?
I hate that entitled story, report, whatever it was, because I think back, man, you're a starting quarterback. You're a monster. You're out there on that field. He's getting knocked down now. I don't know if Colorado's O-line was the best in the nation, but he's getting knocked around and still having the numbers doing what Shedeur did. I remember there was a very cocky young man by the name of Johnny Manziel. There was a very cocky young man by the name of Baker Mayfield. There's a very, if you want to say it, cocky young man by the name of Shedeur Sanders, and he should be. He can play this position. Why were they covered different? Why are people speaking of him different? I see people say, oh, the Deion effect. What's Deion going to do for that man on the field? You have film to watch, you have interviews to have, and now you bring the man's daddy up? His daddy's the reason he's here, from Truth Academy to Jackson State to Colorado. You should want him to be around because you've seen the success he can have with his dad in his corner. And that's the thing. I don't know if there's a racial undertone to it or what it is, but it's just funny that they're painting Deion, they're painting Coach Prime as a negative, some people are. I think that's a positive. I think if something goes on, you have a lull in the season, I can hit Prime up and say, Prime, holla at Shedeur. I see that as a positive, and I'm seeing people paint it as a negative.
Yeah, I think it's a shakedown. Every year there's always a twist around draft day, but here we are the week of, now you hear all news coming from here, and they sort of put a spotlight on it, right? When you look at Shedeur, he's a kid who, he was the most accurate passer in all of college football, considering the offensive line troubles that they had, poised, under pressure, being able to bounce back, being a leader. They don't see the confidence in the kid. He's just confident. He gets his from his father, and that's totally fine with me. I think the big question is, when you're looking at Shedeur, are you drafting a guy at the quarterback position to be a day one ready, or just has potential for the future, right? And as a GM, you have to make that call. The person who said that, you got to put a name on those type of comments. That's what I would like to see come out from this, because you hear chatter here and there, and maybe people throw it out there just to get others off of Shedeur. Who knows what it's about? But I think it's a negative light to sort of make those type of negative comments on this young man when, quite naturally, he's just a ball player. All he wants to do is play ball, and he's shown that he can do that, and I think he can do it on the next level too.
And that's the thing too. I think people forget this is a game. If I want Shedeur, I can put out bad reports about him and make people look into it, and some people might fall for the bait. You want to acquire talent, and I think people forget about that other teams can put out bad reports because they want him to drop to them. I think Shedeur is going to go a lot higher than people are saying. I honestly do.
My biggest problem with it is obviously the anonymity of all of the comments and all of the quotes and all of the things that we have had reported, whether it was Josina Anderson around the combine, you know, recently with this quote from an offensive coach who says he's entitled, who says he puts the blame. I watched Shedeur Sanders get damn near killed for 2 years at Colorado, and I never saw him berate a lineman on the sideline. I never saw him cuss or scream at a coach. And you're hearing these things like entitled and these little pieces of the characteristics of his personality when we had a #1 overall draft pick get arrested for being orderly and drunk. And we had more people coming out and saying, okay, here is who the real Baker Mayfield is. Don't watch this video. Don't believe that what you saw of him is who he is. He's a good person. He's a good leader. He's this. We had more anonymous people saying those things. Shedeur Sanders never been arrested. Shedeur Sanders has never been in trouble. Shedeur Sanders has never misused his names to the point of taking advantage of people. You have Johnny Manziel, who missed the first game of his last year against Rice for Texas A&M because he was suspended. You have Johnny Manziel, who ended up getting a whole documentary about how effed up he was away from the field, but there was no anonymous talk about him. There was no one coming out and saying Johnny Manziel isn't a good person. Johnny Manziel is entitled. Johnny Manziel has an alcohol issue. And so to me, the way that Shedeur Sanders has been covered seems purposeful. It seems that there is some sort of intent to slander or defame. All of these conversations could be taking place behind closed doors, as they do for so many of these people, and kept there. But why him?
Right.
It's for the clicks. It's because you know the name will bring people to your page. The name will bring people to your show. And it's sad. Like, it's sad that he's being used this way, but he has to find a way to take the lessons from this. The lessons from this of what his name means, the lessons of this of how you block out the noise and continue to perform. This kid is going to be ready from a maturity standpoint when he walks into the building. Now, what the GMs should be thinking about, and executive scouts and coaches, is when will he be ready physically to play the position?
And I think a year from now, we'll be hearing a whole different tone when you're looking at a big last name, because the Sanders name in football is a big last name. When you talk about next year, possibly, I believe Arch Manning will be eligible for the draft, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I really believe that when they speak about him, that tone is going to be, well, he comes from great stock, from a great background, from a great family, which is all true.
Yeah.
There's no mistake about it. But are you going to draft and judge this kid by his talents and what he can do for your team, as opposed to all of the other outside noise, which is what we're getting from the whole coverage of Shedeur? So
well, there's the one thing
be on standby.
The one thing we know is it's not entitlement, or you're not entitled if you manipulate the top of the draft to go to New York instead of San Diego. Mm-hmm. You're just using the power that your name has earned. And so we know that that's seen differently. My last thing to ask y'all before we close about the draft, if there's one pick, one player, one team you'll be paying attention to, or one thing you'll be paying attention to, what will that be?
Listen, I know what gets clicks, as Fred was saying, and you was talking about you try to get people to watch your show. I know quarterbacks and I know cute receivers, and Gentry's going to be a monster in the league. I know, because that's what people want is points. Abdul Carter is better at his job than anyone else at their job in this draft. That's what people don't talk about. Abdul Carter is going to be Micah Parsons all over again. And let me throw another couple. That boy from Alabama, Jahad Campbell, bro, he's about to be a Pro Bowl linebacker walking in. Will Johnson from Michigan, he didn't give up a touchdown in 2 years. So all you ball watchers, and I'm not talking nasty.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
The people that just want to touchdown. Listen, there are defensive players in this draft that are going to be rookie Pro Bowlers. Abdul Carter's leaving Jahad Campbell and Will Johnson. I'm telling you, them boys can play ball.
Yeah, now I'll be quick, man. I've prayed a few times, man. Remember we sat down with Travis Hunter, and I had said Duval, and it might not happen.
Hey, look,
he'll
be gone.
We could, man. See, don't throw me off, man, because that's a 2-for-1. We all trying to figure out if you're gonna be DB, receiver. I don't care, man.
Freddie, Cam at 1, Abdul and Travis 2 or 3. That's
I understand, but praying is powerful, brother. You never know, man.
Prayer is powerful, but it's hard to pray over other people.
And I mean, at 5, man, the Jaguars could get antsy, or maybe even just make a decision to go up. I think they got their leverage to be able to do that. They certainly can use him. And again, they can also sit back and wait on Mason, putting him in the interior. But that's just my wishful thinking, my draft day excitement. So, anything can happen. I just said it. Anything can happen in those top 5 to top 10 picks. So I'm on standby to check it out.
Yeah, I think the thing I'll be paying attention to is if the general manager and coach of Cleveland can save their jobs.
Who saves their job?
I don't know. That's the thing. When your owner comes out and says, we have to fix a big swing and a miss on Deshaun Watson while he's still in your locker room, that's a problem.
Wow.
That's letting you know that your decision making, the conversations you had were wrong. Now, how do you fix that? That money is still in that locker room. That player is still in that locker room. You've admitted that failure. How do you fix it? Is it we trade away the second pick and we get more draft picks, pick a quarterback late in the first round and add around the team? Is it I pick Travis Hunter and I get another I get a quarterback early in the second round? They have to figure out a way to fix what they broke on purpose. And to their credit, at that time, many people thought he was the second best quarterback in the world the last time they saw him play. That changed. And so to me, it's how do you fix that? And then whether it's he's drafted, he gets an undrafted free agent and signs a contract, I'm excited, man. You know, this year Jordan's coming out in the draft. His first birthday was on the Saturday of the 2002 draft, my draft. Wow. I was freaking making hot dogs and cutting cakes and running around with kids. And so to now fast forward to this year and he has that opportunity, you know, I'm really excited. I'm not nervous. I feel grateful. I feel blessed. And we'll see, you know, how that goes.
You had hot dogs at a birthday party?
Yeah. You know,
Glizzies.
it's hot dogs. It's for kids.
Glizzies.
It's for kids, guys. Hey, we got more for y'all this week. Show drops Friday. We'll watch the draft, talk a little bit about the things that are going on, and we'll have some more stuff for you. Pivot fam, again, thank y'all for pivoting with us. When we landed in Savannah and headed to Banana Land, we didn't know what to expect, but we spent the day having the best time. With owners Emily and Jesse Cole, you know Jesse, the dude with the yellow tux, players entertained with their beautiful personalities and dazzled with their gloves and their bats. No wonder why they're selling out stadiums. The Savannah Bananas are simply the best. They're wildly entertaining. Their baseball meets circus experience that blends sports with showmanship. They reinvented the traditional game of baseball by creating Banana Ball. It's faster, and it's a fan-first version of the sport with unique rules, dancing players, and nonstop crowd engagement. It's more than just the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. It's competition at its highest. It's part athleticism, part theater, but 100% fun.
First time ever doing an interview up here. This is new, guys. I like doing
Hey,
things
like
I've done
it.
before. Never been up here before. This is
First
good.
time for us.
You don't mess around.
Looks good.
You guys have fun?
Man, we had a
Great
great
That was
time, man.
amazing, man.
Thank
That
you
was
so
really,
much.
it was really amazing.
Hey,
Thank you so
awesome.
much, boss man.
A couple of first timers like yourself, man.
And what do
How
you
many
think-
yellow
what you
suits
snap-
do we have?
I got 9. But imagine this with 80,000 on.
Miss Emily Cole and Mr. Jesse Cole, thank you so much for sitting with us on the pivot. The owner of the Savannah Bananas, this is Channing Crowder, this is Fred Taylor, and Ryan Clark, Pivot fam, thank you for pivoting with us. The thing I noticed today was this is unlike any sporting event I've ever been to. And that means it's new, it's creative, but when things are new and creative, people don't necessarily believe in it or buy into it. What made you go all in on this idea?
It's been a long journey. I mean, when you first start doing something, you know, it's all the origin. For us, it was we were playing the game. You know, all of our guys have played the game, and you have fun playing. And I played and loved playing. But then when you start watching the game, started realizing that it wasn't as fun. It was a little long, it was a little slow, it was a little boring. And that really changed everything for us. And so when we started this, I said, could it be more fun? And we didn't do crazy banana ball in the beginning. I mean, it's been a long journey. At first, it was just, you know, hey, could the players dance a little bit? You know, could we have grandma beauty pageants at the games? Could we have crazy things like flatulence fun night? I mean, we did a lot of things that didn't work well. But people started saying, hey, this isn't just a baseball game. And I think people need to know, what business are you in, but what business are you really in? We're not in the baseball business. We're in the entertainment business. And it's about bringing joy to people and bringing people together. And so when you understand what you're doing and why you're doing it, it makes it easy to start creating things that are a little different. And so that's been the journey. And luckily, you know, Emily supported it every step of the way and said, you know, we don't have to be like every other baseball team. Why don't we try something different?
Jazz, Emily, what kind of stress cause it's hard to start something in 2000, anything. Everything's been thought of. What kind of stress, financial stress, relationship stress did the Savannah Bananas put on y'all's relationship and y'all's, pocketbook, to be honest?
Yeah, I love to think back about that time when we started because we were just so blindly optimistic. Looking back, I'm like, how did we do it? We did. We overdrafted our accounts and we were sleeping on an airbed and times were tough. But in the moment, we were so passionate about this project and we were young and we didn't have our kids yet. We had just gotten married, so that's not normally the way newlyweds start out. But we were so into this idea that as much as the stress was there in the outside world, it was him and I. We were doing walks every morning and walks every night, and we just stayed committed to it. And so, thankfully, that got us through.
Anytime on the airbed, did y'all look over at each other like, hey, let's open a restaurant?
Well, let's be honest. The time that the cockroach landed on me, that we started screaming, I mean, we were sleeping in our socks. I mean, it was gross. You don't sleep in your socks. You got to be a little crazy to sleep in your socks. All right, let's be honest, guys. I mean, it was so bad. I mean, we were grocery shopping with just $30 a week. That's all we had for 42 meals. I mean, we were 7 figures in debt. And we weren't telling anybody that at the point because we're like, we're going to do this and, being very positive. But we knew the truth. Yeah. And it was brutal. But we knew we just had to get to that first game. And we always say, get to that next at bat, get to that next opportunity. And we just had to get to that game because no one had seen it. So you can be talk all you want until they see it. And they had to experience it. And so that's what we had to get to. And we just believed that once they saw, our banana nanas dancing, and they saw the banana baby, and they saw the players dancing, and they saw players delivering roses to little girls, that they would say this is unlike anything else. And it just took time.
Certainly unlike anything else. And it seems that you guys didn't flinch when you were trying to figure out if you really wanted to do this. My question to you, though, is what advice would you give other entrepreneurs who are looking to build a brand that breaks all of the rules? Because this is like nothing else that we've seen before.
Well, the starting point is put yourself in your customer's shoes. So many people start a business because they have dreams of what they want to do, but not what's best for their customers. We have big dreams, but it all started with our customers. The name of the company is Fans First Entertainment. Mm-hmm. Everything we do, every decision we make, we ask, is it fans first? So we built this with that vision. So the question is, when anyone wants to start something, is like, oh, here's an opportunity. I can make a lot of money here. Oh, I could do this, I could sell this. Or is it, wait, there's a friction point, there is a frustration point for customers right now in this industry, in this field, and I can make it better for them because I believe in it. If that's the case, you can be very successful because you're doing it for the right reason. You're not just doing it to make money. I have no idea what's in our bank account. We don't know. We're so focused on just creating a better experience every day. And so that's the heart of it. It's the why. And our purpose was we wanted to bring people together, bring joy, and create something that we would love. Every day we want to be out here and we want to have the time of your life. If you do something you love, there's going to be other people that love it as well.
Yeah, and talk about consistency a little bit. Little Birdie said, when you show up, it's like the very first time, every single time. Like, where do you get that energy from, that sort of grind?
Well, I think Emily has helped guide that in many ways. I mean, she always said every game is someone's first game. And so that's the mindset that she's helped instill in all of us, that we think every day, every game is someone's first game. How do we bring that? And, we've done 300 plus games here. We've done hundreds of games all over, but there's people coming for the first time. How are we going to bring that energy, bring that joy? Like you guys, never seen a game before. Yeah. We've done hundreds of these, but we got to make sure that we bring that passion because you guys deserve it. You're the fans. That's what we think about.
Emily, I like to peep everything and sort of, we don't get to go to these events as fans. This is one of the very few we got an opportunity to do that. We got to meet so many people. We also got to meet foster families. And I know you guys through Bananas Fosters so into those families, but not only do you do that, that's where your heart is inside your home as well. When you're running a business and you guys have a very young Maverick as a young son, what makes you have the conversation that we're doing all of these things, but our heart is helping someone who doesn't have a home full of love?
Foster care and adoption, it's one of those things that once you start studying and you learn about the statistics, it's just something that you can't become blind to. And so early on in our marriage, it was something that we had discussed. How are we going to grow our family? And we were fortunate to have a son, but there were other ways that we could help children. And so we didn't set out necessarily to adopt kids, but we knew that there were kids out there who needed a safe place to land. And so that's what got us into foster care. I would open up our home and bring in as many children as we could, but Jesse wisely taught me that we can't bring all of the children into our home, but while we were growing our family, the Bananas platform is growing. And so we were able to use the platform for the Bananas to do good and reach more foster children. And so, yeah, right now there are 400,000 children in the United States without a permanent home. And we are fortunate and responsible enough to have a platform. So, you know, we have to use that responsibility to get the word out. And so foster care and adoption, it is close to our hearts. There are a lot of great causes out there. But because it's something near and dear to our heart, now everybody in the organization is invested in it. They have watched our little girls come into our home and be with us for 3 years and become the young women that they are, and then get adopted into our home. And so they have hundreds of older brothers and sisters now. And for everybody in our organization now to get a front row seat to what foster care and adoption can be, now we get to go on the road and we get to celebrate those families. And it's just become a huge part of the culture here and something that we're extremely proud of.
Jesse, for you are a doer, right? You're a believer. You don't seem like
all are.
Yeah, you don't really seem like the type of guy that wants to say no or accepts no. And when you guys decided that you would be a foster family, you had to say no very early to a child that they wanted to place with you. How difficult was that?
I think every decision is weighed on so many things. And for us, family, and I don't want to say protecting our family, but making sure that we can take care of our family the best we can. And also, if there's a child coming into our home, can we give them the best? Can we be there? And for us, with our schedule traveling and moving around, you know, those no's that we've had to say, it was like, we can't be our best for that child at the point. You know, understand, what are your non-negotiables? And I think we're still learning those every day, but it's family and our 3 kids right now. And how do we make sure now we're homeschooling, they're traveling around the country with us, and we're gonna make sure that we can give them the best life, and also try to keep opening our doors for more kids to be able to come in. And we've said yes to a lot more in respite over the last few years and continue to do it, even though it's crazy. I mean, we're running all over the world with this. It's this growing business and our 3 kids, but we think if there's an opportunity that we can take care of them, we'll say yes.
Man, that's awesome, man.
And that philanthropic thought, that philanthropic heart that y'all have, my man Jake gave me his goal back, and he actually won the game today.
Yeah.
He's a stud. He's a stud.
He can hit,
Yeah.
but you're giving those players a second chance at playing baseball. Like you said, you play, you're giving those guys a second chance. The player acquisition, but knowing guys, hearing their stories. I was talking to Emily earlier about, it's not just about batting average. It's about the person.
Oh, yeah.
It's about who they are, their philanthropic side of wanting to go give a kid flowers. They had a donut giveaway. I don't know why the hell the donuts were being given out, but
The donut hitter struck out. The donut hitter strikes out. Everyone gets donuts.
everybody gets donuts. But the players, we're sitting there talking to them, and the players were excited to give out donuts. They were like, okay, it's donut time. And I'm sitting in the dugout like, what is donut time? So even that with like the player acquisition and the human beings of y'all being so philanthropic, does it cross over? Because business and personal is supposed to be separated.
Yeah.
It's singular purpose.
Yeah.
You know, if they're good people, if they understand what fans first is about, you know, it's we over me. If someone goes over 3, it's not about that. It's about, did you go create a great moment for a kid, a fan? Because after the game, all these people that come in from all over the country, bucket list trips, they're not paying attention to maybe you struck out or you made an error. They want to meet you and see you and interact with you. And are you willing to get down on their level, get down to a knee? Are you willing to give a hug? Are you willing to sign an autograph and do a TikTok dance? Those moments are much bigger than anything they can do on the field. And because these guys understand that, and we talk about it every day, we celebrate after every game what are the fans' first moments of the night. And we're not celebrating you went 3 for 3 with 2 doubles and Jake Skoll won another game because he's one of the best hitters I've ever seen. We'll talk about that to him and separately, but in front of the group, we're talking about those moments. And I think that's what, when you celebrate it, it's the well done approach. You can keep talking about the great things. That's what you keep seeing more of. That's very important to us.
As you continue to grow and scale the business and his team, going from a local team to a national sensation, just touring around everywhere, like what's the end game? Like, what's the perfect vision as you see it? What can you share with us?
There's no such thing as an end game. Why would you do anything if you can't create something to really make a lasting impact long before you're gone? For me, you know, I'm not focused, most businesses, they're focused on the next quarter. I'm focused on the next quarter century and beyond. It's a different mindset. You know, I want to see in 100 years, I've learned from Walt Disney. You know, in 1923, when he you know, came up with Mickey, I'm sure he's like, you know, oh, how can we make as much money? He wasn't thinking about that. He saw something that could bring joy and bring people together. In Disneyland, a living, breathing thing. And he said, well, always plus the experience. I've got my inspiration from Disney. And so you think about that. I mean, there's no end game. I mean, we've had investors reach out all the time, but what else would we do? We love this. And we get opportunities to bring people together and do more of it. So, you know, I think, how can we grow this? I believe there's a world in 5-10 years where the first ball a kid picks up is not a basketball, a football, it might be a yellow banana ball. And I think that's crazy, but I think if you continue to show how the game can be fun, and it's not always the serious competitiveness, that it can be fun, but can also have that competitive nature. I mean, you saw the game. I mean, it's intense. They want to win. Yeah. I think that joy, that fun, if we get kids playing all over the world, that'd be amazing. There's 600,000 less kids playing Little League Baseball than were just 5 years ago. Why can't we get more kids playing? So I think about that. I think about the joy we can bring.
For me, it's seeing you run around the studio I work in very often with Dan Orlovsky, and realizing that you guys are going to be in NFL stadiums and major league stadiums. You've already been to Clemson. You've been in Raymond James. This game continues to grow, not only for you guys, but for the entire world. You'll be in Tennessee at the Titan Stadium this upcoming week. As you've seen this thing grow from two people that got, I guess, married on home plate in the rain, as you've seen this thing grow.
Yes, which is amazing.
It's crazy. And she keeps saying yes every day, as you do. For you guys, how great is it to see how far your belief has brought the Savannah Bananas and all that you envision?
For us, it's always going to be about the fans. And so, yes, it's amazing to be in those stadiums. It's amazing to be in any stadium. It's amazing for the hundreds of people who go with us. Anytime, any stadium, any venue that we can create fans first moments and bring joy to people, that's what it's all about. You know, it doesn't matter which stadium. It doesn't matter how big. 5,000 people here, 75,000 people there. Every single day, we are just showing up and being our authentic selves and trying to create joy in the world, and that's what it means.
Walt Disney said it's kind of fun to do the impossible, and I think that's an exciting thing, to do things that people said could never be done. And I hope that it inspires others to not put limitations on themselves. All these players that have played for us, you know, a lot of them, Jake Skoll, first-round pick, a lot of guys, professional players, and then they just get that opportunity, and it was over. You know, even our male cheerleading team, Dad Bod cheerleading squad, the Bananas, the Banana Nanas. None of this existed as an opportunity. They were just line dancing, the Banana Nanas. The Banana Band, you know, they played in high school, they played in college. But now, think about what they all get to do and we get to do together. Performing in front of 75,000 people, performing in football stadiums, performing in places in the next few years that people never imagined. I think if we can show anybody that there's no such thing as a limitation, that they can dream big and just keep doing things that they love and have that passion behind it, hopefully it inspires other people to do the same. And I think there's a ripple effect. So belief is everything, but it's, are you willing to step out there and not be afraid of failing? Because we failed every step of the way. People don't realize, but people aren't talking about the failures from 5, 6, 7 years ago. They talk about your hits. The question is, are you willing to keep coming up to bat? So we're going to keep trying things, keep doing new things, and hopefully showing other people what can be done when you're not afraid of doing something no one else has ever done before.
Jay, you said how people from around the world come to see the Savannah Bananas. Does Savannah show y'all the respect it is? Because I'm from Atlanta, I know where Savannah was, but I know it's some people that watch and they're like, where the hell Savannah? Like, the Savannah show you the love they should for putting it on the map?
Yeah, Savannah is home for a lot of people. I will say in the beginning, when it first started, there were a lot of naysayers here. The name Savannah Bananas was not popular at all, but I'm grateful that the community of Savannah has come around us and is very proud, I think, to have us here.
Was it just the play on words? Was there anything other than banana? Was there
there were a lot of stories.
Savannah squirrels?
Yeah. There were a lot of stories. People started saying, I heard that it's the third biggest port of bananas. We're like, yep, sure it is. Yeah, of course it is. There were a lot of, I think we looked at what the brand could be to be fun. Like, to think about a mascot named Split and Go Bananas and the Banana Nanas and the Mananas and Can't Stop the Peeling and Banana in the Pants and all the ideas, the things that we did. You got to see bigger. You got to see bigger. And we saw bigger what it could be. And obviously it was a suggestion from a fan. A fan suggested and we were like, all right. And we needed attention back then. We had sold only a handful of tickets. I mean, that's when we were sleeping on airbed. We needed something to create attention. And it did, just there wasn't great attention in the beginning.
We always ask our guests, what's their biggest pivot? It's the moment you can look back on and say, with this happening to or for me, or if this moment didn't happen, we wouldn't be who we are today.
You start.
We were just a normal baseball team for the first couple of years. And Jesse and his creative mind and seeing it and timing the games knew that something needed to change fundamentally about the game to keep people interested. And so the game of banana ball was dreamt up and was played behind closed doors and studied and studied. And so I think when we shifted from actual baseball to banana ball, that was our biggest pivot, because now people look and it's just banana ball. But we almost didn't become banana ball. It was almost just baseball, but with a fun twist. There are teams doing that. So I think our biggest pivot is switching to banana ball.
I want to lean in on that. Think about it. We were so fortunate. We were selling out every single game, playing traditional baseball. We were winning back-to-back championships. The business was tremendous. We were doing things, that were really special. But what we saw by going back to our roots and putting ourselves in our fans' shoes and seeing that it was traditional baseball and fans were still leaving games early. Even with all the entertainment, there was a fundamental problem with the game, because we could entertain like crazy, but the game was still too long, 2.5, 3 hours. And we said, no one is asking for this, but what's the future? What does our future fan want? What is the fan that hasn't even come yet because it's still traditional baseball? We were criticized. We lost a lot of fans at the beginning there. We had people say, this is wrong. You can't do this. But I believe if you're not getting criticized, sometimes you're playing it too safe. The only people that get criticized are people that actually go out and do things. And so we had to do it, and it was messy. The first games of banana ball weren't like what you saw today. It was chaos, because you're inventing something. And you had to be able to get through that messy to get to the great. So that pivot changed everything, because we're willing to go with our intuition and what we believe. If we were a fan, we would love it, not 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and beyond. That was what we were thinking.
You mentioned, what was it, flagellants?
Flagellants.
That was like the whoopee cushions?
Yes.
Or whatever it was. And then finally you get to, someone loses a family member in Afghanistan, and you, on your field, show them remembrance and show them love and appreciation for what they've done. And it felt like that was those moments that allowed you guys to find your yellow suit. What can you say about the people that put in work every single day along with you here that, man, this felt like family today? Everybody we walked up to, every room we were in, everything we asked for, anything we talked about, there was so much pride in everything that they did, down to the Reggie aid that, the bananas drink. What can you say about all the people that pour into what this has become?
The culture is so intentional. That is the magic piece of all of this. We would be nothing without it. And I truly believe that. We put so much intentionality into our hiring and into who we are bringing in here. We are looking for the best humans to be here, because we all continuously raise the bar and bring each other up. And when you're surrounded by a sphere of influence that is extremely positive, and they are A players, and they are people who are setting new bars and setting new standards, I mean, the limit is the moon. And that's what we truly believe. And so we are so intentional about that culture. It means a lot that you noticed it, because we care about that so much.
Yeah.
It all comes down to care factor. And it starts at the top, and I'm not looking at myself, I'm looking at her. And, the culture that she taught, she spends hours walking around talking with our people and just talking, making sure she cares for them. But the story that our head coach talks about all the time was 3-4 years ago, when we didn't have turf, we had a field with, challenges, let's put it this way. And we had a big championship game, and the grounds crew wasn't able to get out there, and there were literally weeds coming up from the outfield. We had a championship game, and there were weeds coming out, and we couldn't get the grounds crew out there. And our coach turns and sees Emily down on her knees with scissors cutting all the weeds in the outfield for an hour. And there should have been a better way than using scissors, but she was out there for an hour. And that's not her job to go do the weeds, but it is her job. And there's the same reason why myself, her, everyone else, we'll go around the ballpark and we're picking up trash. We're all trash people in this. It's a care factor. And so when you understand that when the people at the top, there's not anything that we haven't done in this organization. When we first started, it was just a few of us, and we did it all. And we weren't great at it, but we gave it our all. That's a catalyst to everyone else, and it's contagious. And when you care, it changes everything. You guys know this.
Yeah.
If you care more than anyone else, good luck stopping you.
Yeah.
Because that care factor is going to keep going even when it gets hard. And that's what our people do. That's why I'm so proud every day to work with them, because I know they're going to care more than anyone else.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful. You know, we talked to a coach, and he said to us, you know, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
There you go.
And that's about them as individuals and also about the thing that you're doing together. This was truly like one of the most amazing sporting events we've been to. Thank you guys also for involving us. You know, that's what made it feel like family. That's what made it feel so welcoming. Best of luck as you continue this tour. I love the fact that we're sort of like colleagues and partners, you know, with ESPN, and the players' competitiveness is what stood out to me today. We're going to talk to Malachi, we're going to talk to KJ, we're going to talk to Brett, and we're going to find out, you know, just what goes into a little bit of the secret sauce of each of these games. Thank you guys so much.
Appreciate you guys.
Man, thank you. Yes, sir. It's my guy right here.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying? I've been ready.
y'all tired yet?
Yeah.
We had a good
Oh,
time.
we hanging in, dog.
Long night,
You know
early
how it
morning.
goes.
What's up, baby?
You know how it goes.
I'm emotionally stressed.
I feel you. Everything's
These
stressed.
games are crazy, bro.
Oh yeah, a lot of stimulation.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That's right.
KJ, Kyle, Jackson, bro.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna say this, right? You know, they sent me a little list of the people that was gonna be on the show, and the thing it says, fastest rising star, both on and off the field. And so, you know me, I was like, well, let me go see. And the first thing I said, I was like, some other F are pretty. I was like, I don't know if he's athletic at all. I said, but he is pretty.
Is he handsome or pretty?
He's pretty.
I'll take handsome. I appreciate it, but I take that. I think I'll take that instead.
Hey, Chan, they don't let you run out with the little girl and slide and all that. You know what I mean? If you ugly. They don't get a baby to the ugly dude.
Nah.
And I say all that and I'm joking. Bro, I want to go back to your back surgery though,
Yeah.
right? I want to go back to not ever knowing if you could do the thing you wanted to do more than anything.
Yeah.
Take me back to laying in that bed, taking that picture at that age with all those question marks.
Yeah, so I went to college and I thought I was gonna be a big leaguer. Everyone told me I was gonna be a big leaguer my whole life. All my friends and family, oh, you're going to the MLB, bro. Like my high school friends are literally like protecting me as the guy's going to the MLB. It was weird. And that's what in my mind, that's what I thought I was. I'm messing around with my friends in my apartment, innocent fun, just having a good time, mini hoops up. I go to jump and dunk on one of my boys, takes my legs out, cracked my face off the counter, seeing white, didn't know what was going on. I just am reacting. I just see blood on my face. I don't know what's going on. I get up and look in the mirror. I got like a cut on my face. I'm like, oh, darn. I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna be pretty. I'm like, y'all messing me up. I'm like, this ain't cool. And I'm telling them, I think I need stitches. I go into the hospital. They didn't stitch me up that night. They just had too many COVID patients or whatever. And my back didn't even hurt yet. And that's just my face. I'm like, darn, man, I need stitches. I already know. 25 stitches and glue the next morning. 2 weeks go by. I'm like, man, my back is killing me. I don't know what's going on. I felt my neck crack when it happened. Everything cracked. And about 2 months later, sciatica. My left leg isn't working. My left hip on fire. It's like it's being stabbed every day. Couldn't move, couldn't sleep, couldn't stand. 3-4 months in a row, 19 years old, didn't sleep. I was still playing my season. My coach is telling me, you got to be third baseman. You got to bat leadoff. You got to be the captain. Like, you have all these roles. You got to go to the MLB. Yeah. And I'm like, I can't walk. I can't even tie my shoes. And I'm still trying to play for him. I go to dive, make a unathletic play, slide, felt a rupture, everything. Couldn't move. My teammate lifts me up, walk off the field, and I tell him I'm done. I have to be. Like, it's hard to take yourself out of a game as a 19-year-old kid. I'm a kid. I want to ball out. And I looked him dead in the face and said, I have to be done. Like, I know something's going on. I can just feel it. Can't walk. They tell me, yeah, you have a ruptured L4, L5 disc, and you might never be the same, but we're going to take it out. We're going to have a surgery. And I'm freaking out. I already signed my contract to go to the Cape Cod League. I'm already ready. I'm trying to go to the MLB. And they tell me, yeah, you're going to have this surgery on June 10th, and you're bedridden for a whole month. Can't walk. Can't get up. And I'm a kid. Just turned 20 years old a couple weeks before my surgery, and I'm stuck in bed with no one to visit me. My teammates are all playing summer ball. My family's in Toledo, and I'm in Cleveland at Kent State, and no one's visiting me. I'm just alone in the bed, just fighting it. And I'm supposed to be doing all this and doing all that, being a big name for myself. So that was like a really pivotal moment for me to go from thinking you're going to be the talk of the town your whole life to I might never jump again. I might never walk again. And I was the athletic football, basketball, baseball, all state. I thought I was going to be the guy, and everything stripped away within one innocent night, just trying to have fun with my boys.
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah.
And the what ifs of that, does that still get to you?
It did. It did for a long time. I'm telling you, like 6 months after that, I was beating myself up. Man, y'all should have seen me 3 months. Like I would have been. I was like that in high school. Y'all couldn't have messed with me. And yeah, it was. What would have happened if that never happened? I'm looking at my friend. We have a video of it all happening too, like the injury when it happened. We just propped up my phone and I see my friend take my legs out. He apologized. He's like, if that would have never happened, where would you be right now? And after a long spiritual journey, growing, trying to just be a better person, I realized that my value is never gonna be baseball. My value is never sports. I was blessed to be good at sports and athletic ability and all of these attributes to shine and be a light for people to see. But it's never about sports. Being athletic is cool, and that's what I tell people. Like, athleticism is cool. Baseball can be cool, but athleticism is cool. You can just appreciate it, but that's not who I am. And who I am is trying to be a light for someone, trying to be a role model. I'm a young kid, but I still view myself as a role model for someone. I don't know who it is, but someone can view me as a role model and be that light for them. So that was what I took away from it the most. I needed it. I went from thinking I was the top dog to I was humbled immensely, and I needed it, and I loved it. And now looking back, it's the best thing that's happened to me.
Yeah, but even in that journey, you lost a lot of yourself physically.
Yeah.
And your dream on being a Major League Baseball player, but mentally, like how were you able to continue to push forward, right, mentally, and then also how much of a blessing in having this second chance opportunity to play a game you love with the Bananas?
Most definitely, and I have to, honestly, I give all the glory to God. My faith has carried me no matter what. But my mom and my dad, ever since I was a little kid, my two brothers, we are the most tight-knit, the Jackson 5. The Jackson 5 doesn't mess around.
That's hard.
They got my back more than anything. Even if I got a C on a test, my dad, you get an A on the next one. I guarantee it. If I do something bad, I strike out to end the game, my mom's like, I bet you hit a home run tomorrow. No matter what happened, bad, good, whatever, they were telling me something good's gonna happen to you because that's what they believed, and that's what I started to believe. Something bad happens to me, something's gonna open up. It has to, because that's just how I've always been driven and raised, and my family, I can't thank them enough, really.
Yeah. Bro, I'm sitting there, right? You know, we became fast friends today. You know, our competitive natures are very similar.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? You was next to me during the Rose flick, right? We felt some type of way.
I'm not the Bachelor, so keep the roses away. That's what I tell them. Keep it away from me.
Hey, honestly, you might be one day, Phil.
That'd be awesome. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm staying here, but doors open.
You might be the Bachelor one day.
That'd be cool.
You know, for you, though, that competitive spirit never leaves.
Yeah.
And, you know, being here with the Savannah Bananas, having an opportunity to compete, and there's all the entertainment pieces of it, but talk just about the competition.
Yeah.
How much influence does winning each and every day, playing well each and every day, have on how you approach walking into this arena, this stadium?
Right. And kind of what you were saying, the second chance, like every day being able to compete, it feels like a second chance for me. And every day is a second chance. If I messed up yesterday, like I was just telling you, tomorrow's gonna be a good day. Like I know it is. So winning a game is cool, but being a high-level competitor with being a good dude off the field, for me, being able to be pretty and gritty. I wanna be able to smile and put up a 13 pitch at bat and hit a single. I want to hit a home run. And I want to Hulk out.
Yeah.
Because, you know, me, I'm competitive. I want to bat flip. I want to do backflips and all that. But there comes a time and a place where your work and your competitiveness is going to have to be separate from what actually happens on the field.
Yeah.
So your results, that's all just going to happen naturally. But your competitiveness is going to happen life.
Yeah.
That's just me every day.
Yeah.
You want to jump up and down so you jump tired, I'll do it. Like, and I'm going to try and win. That's just how I am. Even if I lose, I'll be like, all right, we're running back right now.
Right.
Until you get tired, and then I'm going to win.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, this is how I was raised. My older brother, Army, wrestler, little brother, catcher in baseball. We all three went to play college sports, and there's no other way that it was going to happen. Like, all three of us, the most competitive dudes ever.
Right.
And now it's being around competitive dudes every day, and you see a dude hit a home run then dance. I'm like, that makes me feel a type of way. I'm like, I don't really like it, but I do it. And so it's like you have to be okay with it because I'm going to do it to you.
Right.
And so it's just a give and take. And being competitive is super cool. I'm telling you, like, it's so fun to go out there and be a dog.
Right.
But you have to be able to smile, too. You got to be able to have that balance of you can Hulk out, let's go. But you also got to be, it's just, results don't matter. Smile, breathe, relax, be cool to the fans, be engaging, put on a good show, but go win.
We got a chance to see you put on the show today. Not quite the show we had hoped for, because you had some alarm clock issues.
Being young and dumb. Come on.
Come on, man. We got to get you out there.
I
What's
know.
up with that, baby?
Honestly, no excuse. I went in, I told everyone locker, my bad. I walked in, I was like, I'm so sorry, y'all. I messed up. And honestly, that hasn't happened to me since my freshman year of college. And my coach in college, he would have, get out. See you never.
Right.
I'll see you in a week. You're suspended indefinitely. And my coach here just told me, hey, look, you were gonna bat second. You were gonna have a day to put on a good show, but you're gonna have to sit here, be a good teammate, and stay ready.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, I don't really mind because staying ready is cool because you're just gonna have a moment and you don't have to worry about what happened before. It's just, all right, now.
Yeah.
I don't have to think about what's gonna happen, when I'm going in, when this guy, they're just gonna tell me when I'm gonna go. And I usually tell Sam, I tell all the guys, I'm like, just press play. I'm like, I got you, just press play. I'll go.
RC talked about The Bachelor. I don't see a ring on your finger, so I can ask this question.
Yeah.
Because us as NFL players, you know, and professional athletes, the women, you look a little better when you're a professional athlete. As a Savannah banana and you're in Savannah, can you go to the, you know, at the bars, are people like, damn, there is an advantage
There's an advantage.
to be the way you look in Savannah playing for the Bananas.
There's an advantage to everything. And honestly, I usually tell people I'm cooler when I'm sober. I'm cooler when you meet me in person. You're not going to get the best out of me when you get me in a big crowd. And when you're trying to like make me feel good, you're trying to build me with confidence, tell me I look good. I'm not a big fan of all that. That's not really how you fill my cup up.
Yeah.
I get filled up by good interactions, good energy, good vibes. Like, I'm not necessarily looking for the hottest girl ever. I'm looking for someone who's gonna fit my personality, fit what I'm doing, my brand, and my life ultimately, what's gonna propel me forward in the future. But I mean, there's advantages to everything.
Yeah.
So you gotta get a bad one, bro. You got the pretty eyes and the little hair fluffies and.
Matter of time. It's a matter of time. I'll tell you now, it's a matter of time.
Hey, KJ, man, I was talking to you earlier and I was saying, hey, look, you know, as this game grows, as the Savannah Bananas grow as an organization, like you guys can utilize that to continue to grow your brand as well. As with anything in professional sports, it starts on the grass. How much thought do you have to put into how you interact with the fans, the things you utilize on social media, the marketing you put into yourself individually to continue to make you one of the people that people show up in stadiums to see and also are going to want to push going forward?
Yeah, definitely. So with the fans, it's really about being present. And when I surround myself with the right guys, I always feel more present. When I'm around guys who aren't making me feel great, they're making me feel negative energy, I just don't normally feel as good around the crowd. So surrounding myself with the right people is number one. And number two is always sleeping good. I miss my alarm clock. That happens. You know, but sleeping good, eating good, and staying hydrated. Like, if you don't have those things going on, you're not going to look good. You're going to be flushed out. You're going to look tired. And you're not going to be as into it. And so taking care of yourself physically and mentally, surrounding yourself with the right people is going to be what helps me with the fans. Honestly, I've been great with people my whole life, honestly. Like, I've been the guy who's the loudest in the room. I'm always talking to somebody. 100 people, I'm going to have 100 friends. Maybe not, but I'm going to try. And with these people, they're only expecting what they see on social media. All my thought that goes into social media is more typically for what do they want to see? What do people like? What do they not like? And how am I going to utilize that on the field? And so a lot of people, like you said, like they think I'm pretty and they like to talk about the looks. And so before the games, they announce me as pretty and gritty because, yeah, it's about being pretty, but gritty is, you know, grit. We all played sports. Like, if you want to get down, let's get down. I'm like, okay. Like, I'll go 15 pitches with you and I'm going to get a hit. And I'll slide head first into first base, which no one does, but that's just how I was raised. Gritty, I'm going to get there. I'm trying to get to the bag. I'm trying to beat you there. And the crowd loves to see the authenticity of myself, I think. Personally, that's what they value most about me because I'm young. I chose to do this. I had a lot of injuries that led me here, so the MLB wasn't really in my mind, but out of college, I knew what my plan was. I wanted to go be a Savannah Banana. I wanted to get into the organization, and I wanted to see what it's about. I already knew the culture. I already knew all that. I've been a fan for years. And as soon as I was here, people viewed me as the kid who wanted to do this. They saw me as the 22-year-old who wanted to be here. Not that you failed and got to this point. You weren't cut from your pro league and had to come here as a second option. Like, this was my first option. I wanted to do this. And so all the guys are looking at me like, wow, you're 22. Why'd you choose this? All the friends are like, why'd you choose this? I'm like, well, look at me. What do you mean? I'm like, we're talking right now. This is why I did it. This is why I chose it. I get to go put on a show and then talk to up to 1,000 people a day. If I even change the lives of 3 of those people, which is a small percentage, I'm balling.
Yeah.
You know?
That's awesome, man.
And they call me pretty and gritty too. That was before you. Yeah,
No, they don't. They don't call him that.
You've actually never been called pretty in your
Ever.
life by anyone but yourself.
Exactly.
Like, there's never been, like,
How
I don't
you know what I go through daily?
Because I do, because I'm
The
with
lady
you.
at the hotel called me pretty and gritty yesterday.
She did not.
She did not.
She said something. She mumbled something. I thought
You
it
gonna
was
lie to
pretty
me?
and
This is
gritty.
the first time we met him and you lying.
Listen.
Uh-oh, I dropped my back.
Hey,
But
I got something for you though.
what you got?
Son, I got you. Got you, son, little
Man, look at there.
My dog.
bling.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, baby.
I know I
We
got
on top.
Oh, he's stretching.
Now
I'm
I
about to
got
say.
you.
Yeah.
I
I got a
got
big
you.
old
Hey,
head.
it stretches. We on top.
Hey, but I was gonna ask you because about this, it's sports and the sport of it is what surprised me today. It's so y'all can ball.
Oh yeah.
You can. You know you couldn't start, but you got a hit. You went out there and
We first pitch swinging. We ain't tripping on none of
You went
that.
out, did it. But the entertainment side of it, where RC could tell a safety how to drop back in cover 2, and Fred could tell somebody how to read the backside linebacker and all that stuff. But the entertainment side, you being a natural extrovert, did you have any vets or do you kind of talk to guys? Because I've seen some guys that aren't as outspoken as you,
Yeah.
aren't out there dancing as you. Like, is that a part of being a teammate where you'll hit a teammate like, bro, you need to come get this TikTok dance down?
Oh, definitely. There's times where I'm bringing people with me, trying to get them to be more outgoing. But there's also times where the best advice comes from the quieter ones, like the dudes who are taking it from a bigger lens. They're viewing things. They're older than me. Like my buddy Prime on the team, for example. He's 10 years older than me, and we hit it off first day. And I was like, how old are you? He's like, I'm 30 something. I was like, 30? I was like, are you serious? I was like, I graduated yesterday. I literally graduated yesterday when I met him. I was like, dude, this is crazy. And we hit it off right away. He's telling me about life, helping me with insurance. He's helping me with my W-2s. I'm like, thank you, I needed this. And so you help me learn a little bit, I'll keep you young, is what I always tell him. Like, you just teach me how to go through life the right way, I'll keep you young. So I love doing it.
And so it's
very mutual here.
Symbiotic relationship.
Very symbiotic, yes. Go ahead.
So Uncle Freddie, the quiet one, he gonna help you chill like Prime. Don't listen to this uncle. He's the bad uncle.
We gotta go to the riverfront together.
And Uncle RC, Uncle Ryan, he knows you're pretty. He's a Kappa, so he gonna try and recruit you. But I want to ask you though, how was Unc on the mound dancing today though? What you rate his moves?
10 out of 10. I told him before, I was like, hey, look, we got this. Just confident. Come with me. We're going to be all right. Okay. He went up there, front and center. They said you're going to be on the mound with no one else near you. We're on the 4 corners. He's in the middle. And most people don't do that, by the way.
Hey, Jay, did you see that? Did you see that little tight hip?
I was in front, but I was turning around. He heard me. I was like, yeah.
My dog was making, bro. Chan, you see they didn't ask you.
You ain't see your little tight hips? I don't know how you got babies.
But I'll tell you what, that is brave because we've had a lot of people come on, a lot of stars, a lot of people who have been in a lot of places, and no one's really willing to dance because dancing is something that's a little vulnerable, a little bit out of the ordinary, especially for the NFL. Like, most guys aren't twerking. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm gonna be honest. Me and you both, where he did that, you said, we doing this?
You heard
And
me.
I looked at,
I was like,
yeah,
for real?
I was like, damn, I gotta do this.
Yep. That was the first time I twerked all year. I've been putting it off. I've been holding on. I was like, if you can really dance, I don't need to twerk. You know, if you can dance, why twerk? But he did it. I was like, you gotta do it too, man. He was like, we're together now. I was like, all right. I'm gonna cover my face.
10 out of 10. Good
Nah,
job.
man.
That was sweet.
But nah, bro, I appreciate you just, not only all the conversations the entire day, man, but the energy. And I think the one thing that stands out about what you said was you chose to do this. And I believe because of people like you who have that enthusiasm, who have that love for this, there's gonna be other young men that choose to do it. And that's when this thing truly blows up and becomes something crazy.
Totally.
Appreciate you, my dog.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.
And when you blow up now, the unks want the red carpet invite.
Oh, you already know.
Bachelor,
Y'all gonna be with me.
Disney star, whatever it is.
Nah,
We'll be together.
You walk slow.
I only move fast when I need to.
You walk slow.
We saw that.
Oh, yeah.
Because you ran away from Channing, because I thought we were supposed to have a little racer
We
race.
can go do it right now. I'm
You
still hot.
definitely
The engine
vanished.
is still
I can
turning.
read it now. Malachi Mitchell, Flash, scared to race Channing Crowder
I fear God.
after he saw Channing run
I fear
278.
God. The man up top. I'll race anything.
Okay,
I'll
God, don't
put you in a
try me.
Lambo. I still probably get you.
Man, Malachi Mitchell, man,
Yes, sir.
Savannah Bananas, thank you for joining us. you know, you're not just the helmet, you're not just the mitts. I told both of these dudes, man, you're a Gainesville guy.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Talk about being at Gainesville High, playing at FAMU, and now transitioning into doing this and becoming a star and building your brand based off of what you do on this field and what you do entertaining.
My path to here was a little bit different than a lot of these guys, and I haven't really shared that story with many people. But I played Gainesville High School. You know, high school season's 25 games. I played JV my freshman year, ended up getting moved up to varsity midway through the year. I didn't play much because of seniors. Get hurt my junior year. I ended up going D1 to go to FAMU. I was still undersized, small, all of that. And my coach told me I needed to be 175 pounds. I graduated at 125 pounds from high school. And he said I needed to be 165 pounds in order to play at FAMU. So I spent my time in the offseason learning how to hit the weight room, learning how to eat, just so I could get up to 165 pounds. Well, my redshirt year was technically like the only year I actually played an entire year. After that, I got hurt every single year. I'm finger, collarbone, broken leg, anything. I didn't ever play a full baseball season unless it was in high school or until I came to the Savannah Bananas. So it was just a little weird. I played 4 years at FAMU, won a championship there in the MEAC in 2019, transferred out the next year, came right down the street here to Savannah State, and COVID hit, so I didn't get to play a full year there. And then I went back to FAM, graduated, didn't play ball that year, and then I came over here to the Savannah Bananas. My travel ball coach tagged me in a tryout on Twitter, and I was just like, you know what? I was trying to do the whole independent ball thing. I was working for $10 an hour at Tijuana Flats.
Dang.
And it was a tough one. And I just didn't have the money to go to independent ball tryout on my own accord because they're like $2,500, $3,000 just to go and try out. That's not food, that's not hotel, that's nothing. But the Bananas tryout, $25. When you show up, you get your $25 back. And also the first 10 people who showed up end up getting a free hotel room. I was the second person to sign up. So I got a free hotel room for the weekend, $25 back. So I was able to eat while I was there. I ended up making the team. I tried out as a shortstop. They liked me because I was quick and I had hands. And I've been here ever since. I've been here for 5 years since the One City World Tour.
Man, that's awesome, man.
Yes, sir.
Being the purest baseball, I'll say.
Yeah.
And then coming to this, you got to be an extrovert here.
Yes.
You really do. You have to be an entertainer
100%.
And be able to play baseball.
Yes, sir.
Have you seen guys struggle? Did you struggle with not just worrying about, batting average or ERAs, but worrying about, man, I got to learn this damn TikTok dance?
Yes. So the One City World Tour, we played 4 games, and I tried out as a shortstop. They picked me up as a shortstop. Before the first game, they called me. I'm on my way from Gainesville. I'm probably 2 hours outside of town. And they were like, hey, Malachi, we had a lot of college guys try out. We don't have no outfielders because, back then with NIL and stuff like that, you couldn't pay college guys to come play. If you paid, your NCAA eligibility was fried. So I was like, dang, you know what? Yeah, I can play center field because I played outfield at FAM for a couple of years. I was like, I'll do it. Those 4 games, all I could worry about was not striking out, getting on base, stealing the base, make sure I catch the ball, this and that. And I played terrible. I think I struck out 3 times. I had 2 hits. It wasn't anything too crazy. It wasn't like, oh, we're going to invite you back, right? That was in March. Come October, I got a phone call like, hey, Malachi, we're going to do a secret tryout. I want you to come play in this breakfast bowl, right? And I had to think about the last 4 games. And I was like, you know what? If I'm going to come out here and it's going to be my last time playing ball, I'm going to have the most fun I ever had in my life. I went out there and I just had fun. I ended up batting .450. I hit my first homer ever when I was 21 years old.
Wait, when you say ever, is that like?
Ever. I mean, Little League, high school, college. I hit my first homer ever at 21 years old playing for the Savannah Bananas.
Wow.
Just because I was just having fun. I did not care. I said, I'm going to have fun. If it wraps up, it wraps up. I played so good. It was like, you know what, Malachi, we got to bring you back. You came out here and you whooped up on everybody. We're going to find a position for you. We're going to find a way to have you play. And then we came up with a designated runner position. And I've been ripping bags ever since.
Man, I love that.
Hey, can you speak to the culture here and the ownership? Because you said you went to try out. Other places it was over $2,500. But coming here was $25. Yep. And you got your money back when you showed up. And you got an opportunity to get a hotel room. What does that say about the ownership and the culture that they're creating around here?
The way I look at it, it being looking at it now, when I signed up to try out and I knew nothing other than they were a college summer league and that they had fun, looking at it now, they take care of people. It's something that you're born with, you're raised how to treat people better than the next person, or you don't take away from people and say, hey, I'm gonna treat you differently than this person, blah, blah, any of that. It's just like, this person might be going through a hard time. You don't know what people are going through, but I'm gonna treat you to the highest of standards and we're gonna take care of you. And that is what when looking back on that time, that's what I see is they were just treating us to the highest of standards, you know?
Being here today and thinking about what you guys are embarking on with the big stadiums, you've already played at Clemson, you've played at Raymond James, you guys are gonna play in the Tennessee Titans Stadium, Yankee Stadium eventually. You know, you're talking about all of these iconic symbols of places that sporting events have taken place, and you're gonna be a part of that.
Yes.
You're a big part of that, both on the field and also what they do from a branding and marketing standpoint. What has finally getting to this place taught you about persevering through adversity? As you mentioned, you faced so many times in your career.
I'm gonna take you guys back about 6 years. Before I transferred out and I went to Savannah State, before we knew anything about COVID or anything like that, I was hanging out just in school. It was a Friday night. Obviously, we going out, whatever, hanging out with the boys, come home late, go to sleep. It was like mid-morning time. I should have been waking up, but I didn't have nothing to do. It was a Saturday, and I heard my door open, but I'm just laying there with my eyes closed, facing the wall. And I hear it shut, and I hear footsteps walking up to the side of my bed. A hand gets placed on my shoulder and says, don't worry, everything's gonna be all right. In this moment, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, man, I just had some drinks, whatever, maybe I'm tripping. It felt like my mom, right? And it's just, don't worry, everything's gonna be all right. And I didn't wanna move, I was terrified. Footsteps walk away, door shuts, nothing. I wake up after that and I'm like, you know what? I don't know what's about to happen, but whatever it is, I need to fight through this and keep it pushing. And I end up going to Savannah State, COVID happens, all this stuff. I go back to fam, and I'm just like, what's next for me? I don't know what it is. And then this falls in my lap, and I've just been running with it ever since. And all I can tell people whenever they ask me about adversity and things like that, you might not get that hand on your shoulder that tells you to keep pushing. Everything's gonna be all right. But I was blessed enough to have that hand on my shoulder and tell me to keep it pushing. Everything's gonna be all right. So whenever I get the chance, I tell people,
man,
keep it pushing. Everything's gonna be all right.
And how do you stay in it? Like physically, mentally, you know, with everything that goes on with it all, how do you like stay engaged?
It's the fans. I come from FAMU. We max play in front of 40 people. When I was a kid, I dreamed of playing in these sold out stadiums under the lights. When I looked at myself, my jersey didn't have a name on it, didn't have anything. It was just, I was on a baseball field, sold out, kids screaming names, and I'm signing every autograph there is. Because when I went to baseball games, baseball's majority white sport. When I'm sitting here and I'm yelling for, you know, a big leaguer, hey, can you sign this for me? Can you sign this for me? I went to 3 baseball games, I never left with an autograph. They never touched my heart. They said, look, man, keep playing ball. I like your necklace. You got nice shoes. So I make sure that when a kid comes up to me, they ask for my autograph, I sign that autograph. I have an intentionality with them, and they leave with a smile on their face, and that's what pushes me through every single day. It's just being able to put a smile on somebody's face or a kid's face, you know?
Because I would say it's an alternative path.
Yes.
What was it like with your family, with your parents, with, you know, your boys when you did it right, high school, D1, okay, transfer, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm about to go play for the Savannah Bananas.
Yes.
Like, what was that? What was that like? What were the conversations with your circle of influence?
Yes.
With this decision?
With some of my boys, after the One City World Tour, because I'm going to start at the end of this when I got a lot of backlash from my boys, and then I'll get to my dad. A lot of these guys, when I went back to fam, they were still playing, and they were just looking at my videos like, oh, this is a little bit of a clown show, blah, 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 blah. Are you having fun? Or $100 a game ain't that much, blah, 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 blah. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it, all the dancing and stuff. And I was just like, you know what, man? I don't really care because I'm having fun. It's hard to stop doing something when you're having fun. you know? And then when it comes to my dad was a little skeptical about it. When I first started playing, he was just like, you know what? If they're gonna have cameras on you all the time, you know, at least you can do is show off your speed, show you can catch it, show you can run, you know, show you can hit. Do that. Let's take the videos. Let's keep putting it out online and see what we can make out of it. But he wasn't real bought in on the entertainment aspect. He came to the second game, and we ended up going into showdowns, and he was sitting down the third base line up in the top with my mom and my grandma. I didn't get to hear this, but my mom told me after the fact. I was the showdown fielder. Ball goes out to left field. I chase it down, throw the guy out at home. After the game, my mom tells me she ain't never seen my dad scream like that ever. And he was bought in from that moment where it was just like, you know what? That was entertaining. My boy can fly, my boy can run. He threw this dude out at home. I'm bought in. He's been bought in ever since. So they just got to see it, man. They just got to see it.
Is that for you to have such an accomplished father, to have a father that's an Olympian, Dennis Mitchell, and I know even with my dad who played college ball, I always wanted him to be proud of me. I always wanted him to enjoy it. I always wanted to hear him say, I love the way you play this game. I love the effort you put into it. What was that moment like, though, when your mom told you that out here at a Savannah Banana game, you made him jump out of his seat with pride based on the way you approached your job?
It was the best feeling ever because my dad, being a 3-time Olympian, 2-time world champion in track, he didn't want me to run track because he wanted me to make a name for myself doing something else. So he's the one who put me in T-ball. He was like, you need to do this. So for me to finally be able to make a name for myself and have him jumping out of his seat right there, it was finally like, you know, I was able to give him that moment for his son so that I'm not chasing to follow in his footsteps. Mm-hmm. He has made a name for himself, you know? And that was amazing.
Nah, man, you absolutely have, man. And people mess with you about your mitts,
yeah,
you know, and they mess with you about your helmet. But the one thing is that means they see you.
Correct.
And that means you're doing something well. And you guys as a group and a family are, man. We're grateful for everything y'all did for us today, though.
Thank you,
We
guys,
appreciate you, man. Y'all didn't get the win.
That's all right.
And I was mad because old boy dumped roses on me. And I'm going to be pissed off about that for a very long time, man. But keep it up, man. Can't wait to see y'all boys in Titan Stadium this weekend.
Thank you. I hope you guys have fun, man.
My man, thank you, fam.
Thank you, guys.
All right, man, now we sit with Brett Helton, man. He old party animal, though. You know what I mean? You guys came here and y'all got the banana shirt on. I had mine on too, but you know me, I go with the winners sometimes. And so I took it off. Nah, I'm just playing. Brother, first off, man, it was just great to watch the game today. And I think the one thing that stood out to me that's not shown as often, especially mainstream, is the skill level and athletic level of all of the players here. Oh, yeah. You know, you grew up doing everything, right? Football, baseball, hooping, everything, a athletic household. Yeah. Talk a little bit, though, about, like, how difficult at points it was being at Utah and having some thoughts of wanting to quit before you actually got here.
It's just life in sports, you know, kind of whatever's thrown at you, those opportunities, you just kind of try and make the best of it. And, you know, sometimes when you're sitting there freshman year and you're playing with a bunch of men every day and you're like, I'm no longer the best dude around anymore and all these studs are around me, you're sitting there like, dang, this is kind of different. You know, the talent level's crazy, everything's hard, school's hard. And like when you get faced with those decisions and, you know, when you knuck up and you realize you're like, all right, I am a stud, this is where I belong, and like this is what I'm gonna do, then, you know, things start to change for you a little bit. But, you know, just like you get to the league, you get drafted, you know, if you get punched in the mouth one day, you're like, maybe this ain't for me. Yeah. But then you roll back, you got 5 days to think about it, you get to play again, and now all of a sudden you get that good outing where your confidence is back. All of those things, it's just, it happens when you're young, it happens in high school, it happens in college, and, you know, pro ball and everything like that too. So, you know, now it's kind of funny, the opportunities and the things that we focus on now is so different, and that's why our vibes are so cool all the time, because you're not worried about waking up and getting cut. You're not worried about your contracts or your career or anything like that. You know, you're here and kind of our careers and our trajectories are kind of on us every day. Yeah. So how much you want to work on your socials, how much you want to work on your game, if you want to think of like something clever, you know, something to give the crowd. So like now our motivation is so much different. You know, it's cool to allow us to flourish every day because you're not waking up, with the weight of the team on your back, with the weight of the city on your back, a family, all those things. So, I mean, the vibe that we got, and you guys saw it, it's just all so positive. Because when we get to come here and kind of be free, and our careers are kind of up to us, and, you're not waiting for a GM to tell you you're not good enough. You're not waiting for some, trade you weren't expecting, none of that stuff. So, I mean, it's really awesome to where, like, we can thrive on each other, and then we have the opportunity to be in front of, thousands of fans and just be like, we'll see how this one goes.
When did the bananas path open for you? Because like Ryan was saying, you were a great athlete. You played ball, and everybody knew you could play ball. But then this was a different path. Like we talked to Emily and Jess earlier, Jay, and we were like no one creates something in the 2000s where they created this. So when this was opened up for you, how different was that? And when was that option in your mind of, damn, Savannah Bananas, I can do this. I'm personable enough.
Right.
I'm in social. Like, it's so much more just than batting average and being able to run fast.
Yeah, and same thing. You don't really know it's meant for you till you get here. So, I mean, I was sitting in pro ball at a career flip because I had gotten cut from the Pirates. I was done. I was going to indie ball, kind of like my last shot to try and get back to the big leagues. You're sitting there and you're in between contracts, and they had just called me out of the blue, and it was brand new. They had just done the 7 City. So, a lot of people had seen some silly stuff. I can't imagine a ton of people had seen it, but I had, being in the baseball world, so it was still foreign to so many. And they had just called me, and I was still so focused on pro ball, stats, being the best. And I was like, I don't think, the silly stuff is for me. I still want to, I'm young, I think I can still make it. And I was done with where I was at in Milwaukee. Baseball was over for me, so I was like, I'm going to go down and see what it is. And when I showed up and we played the first game, just completely hooked. I mean, it was like that, and I hadn't played in front of energy like that in a long time. And you're sitting there, you're like, that was really fun. We had done a video that went mega viral, and like all of a sudden you kind of look around, you're like, this path might be kind of it. I'm kind of the old head now, as far as like we've got a bunch of young bucks and then me. So it's like getting back to the big leagues kind of impossible. This is it's like the Wild West. Anything's possible now. So I was like, as far as tapping into fun and creativity and still having, an athletic competition that still drives you, I was like, this actually might be kind of sick. So they invited me back for the 23 tour, and then it was like, all right, I'm all in. This is it. I think this is special, and you got to be made for it. And I think blessed be God that I am, and it worked out perfectly. But they, it's funny. The one thing we're kind of waiting for is when we get these stars in here and like these studs that play baseball their whole lives, and like we can actually look at them and be like, you ain't built for it. Like it's a special type of person who can be so intentional with the fans and so talented on the field, but then bring all sorts of fun and creativity as well, just for like the show itself. Because I mean, being a showman is pretty amazing. You guys know the hard-nosed dudes who just show up and like they're good because they work. Like there's no funny business. Their focus is crazy. And here it's like that's not what you need. You need to be motivated. You need to be creative. You need to be excited. And like energy is kind of everything. And like hard work doesn't exactly flourish with this type of show that we do. So, I mean, we're kind of sitting around with a group of people that are kind of rocking it, and we can look around and we can be selective about who we add to it, because it's like, what, if we need these pieces, if we're looking for something, we can, drop it in. But as far as, people just being like, my career's over, I'm going to go do that. It's like,
that ain't how it works.
It's not open, it's not that type of vibe. And that part's pretty cool, because we definitely, the outside world, including myself, was, that silly stuff, that'll always be there. But I mean, now we're here now.
Sports is a fan-driven business, right? And here is different, because you got that family vibe. You got you guys having played on higher levels, and now you're here given the opportunity to compete against other guys that have also played on other levels. How do you stay motivated? Like, because competition was the biggest thing that stood out for me here. The fun was the fun, right? But it can overshadow the competition sometimes when you see those viral moments across, social media. But you guys are really out there balling, man. Like, how do you stay motivated knowing that this guy's a dog and you don't want to be embarrassed, but you want to more so do the embarrassing?
Yeah, I mean, because we gauge our success on the quality of show and how intentional we were with the fans. So, I mean, winning the game is dope. That's never going to be, like, not one of the biggest drivers for us. But, I mean, we can roll out here, and if we lose the game, but we can look at them and be like, we outshowed you guys. We outperformed you. The crowd was with us. We can lose a game, but everyone left here, in Party Animals jerseys. So like we can kind of sit there and have so many ways of our competition being like, maybe we outplayed you, maybe we outshined you, maybe we were way more intentional with the fans in the crowd. We signed more autographs. I mean, it's that intentional thing where like it's still a competition feel by being like, I want the Party Animals to shine on every front, and like we can show up and be like, it doesn't really matter how the game goes if the show's great and we did as good as we could with our sellies, with our excitement, with our fun. We're sitting there like we can still feel like we balled out even if the game didn't go well. Yeah, I could pitch bad, but if everybody's like, yo, the show was great, everything was phenomenal, you were hilarious, then you're kind of sitting there and that helps your motivation a little bit too. There's days you can show up and depending on what's going on, it's, having that motivation piece. If you didn't bring it, as soon as you show up and you see that first kid sign that first autograph, if you're lazy out of the clubhouse and like you're walking on the field, you look around, it's just loud and full. I mean, the juice is already there. There's times where we joke around, in pro ball, they're like, if you need music to lift, you don't have the motivation. And it's kind of that thing where like, if you show up without the juice, you're going to get it immediately from the fans because they've been waiting in line. They've been waiting for us to show up forever. And like, they're so excited. It's impossible not to just get it naturally. And, as soon as that game's going, we're in.
Brett, like I think, I'm gonna be honest, coming in here and not knowing until I started to study, I was expecting Harlem Globetrotters on the diamond. It's not that at all. From a skill level, but also competition level, like this isn't scripted. But everything, because Savannah Bananas were like the inception, the origin, everything does seem sort of that, okay, it's leaning that way. And so I expected you guys to be like the villains, the enemies, right? You kind of been whipping them lately. And and there's a lot of people that come here to see the Party Animals as well. How much pride do you guys take in that this is an entire show that's about all the athletes and all the entertainers that take part in it?
It's cool being in early because the guys that have been around, like myself, it feels like we built this to where it is because the Party Animals weren't supposed to be anything other than just a show accomplice. We were just...
watch the generals.
Yeah, that was it. We were just here to make them better and give them an opportunity to do something special. And like, the more creative we got, the better we got, the more better guys we got. Now all of a sudden we have our own show. And so like it's completely different than their completely different vibe. So it's fun knowing that we can show up here and like we're bringing our own fans now because we're not just, we're not the accomplice. We are something. And I think we're something special. And it is really cool seeing what type of fans are our fans and what type of fans are their fans. And, at times it kind of follows that bad boys vibe, which is really cool for us. And, we started as the underdog and now you can look around, it's like, we're not the underdog, and being the away team it's definitely the deck stacked because like the way we play, home field advantage is definitely there, but we can show up here, bad boys underdog, that's not it anymore.
I love it.
We're doing our own thing.
Y'all are both teams, the Party Animals and the Bananas are here throughout the season. Y'all play each other a lot.
Yeah.
It ain't no
beef?
Yeah. Y'all walk into the same parking lot, big dog. Like
locker room, yeah.
We saw a dude get hit early. You hit me with that damn baseball, 85. Man, I gotta see you down here in this pine straw.
Yeah.
Like, is there any beef between the two?
Yeah, I mean it's competition. That's like what we do, and our bragging rights come from so many different avenues that being stoked about a video that went viral is something, but when someone hits a home run off me, that's different. That hurts. You're happy for your boys when they do something really cool, kind of off the field. Yeah. But it hurts when they punch you in the mouth and then they dance in your face. You're like, you get that in there. But I mean, overall, we know that it's not about us. We know that the show is what matters. And so like, you can still a little bit where you're like, all right, the home run was pretty dope. The celly was pretty dope, but that competition doesn't leave and it can't. We'll be in, guys are fired up. You see some bat slam, you see some frustrations build, you see guys kind of lose it once in a while. And again, I think that's the beauty of it because, that's natural. You can't hide it. And guys are mic'd up, you got to cut the mics off sometimes. And without that, I think people would fall into the scripted thing. Mm-hmm. And one of my favorite things is when people like you show up and they say, we think it's a show, and they're like, this is actually a competition. And because you can feel it, you see the dudes act naturally according to what happened, and you're like, you know what, that's actually pretty legit. And when you see someone miss a trick play, it's not all easy.
Right.
Someone's trying to do a backflip out there. We post the cool stuff, but when you miss it, people are like, holy cow, they actually are taking some risks out here. And so it's not. So, again, you can be playing great. Banana ball gets you, a crazy trick play gets you. We have something planned as far as something no one's seen before. KJ's amazing at bringing out these insane trick plays no one tried before. So you'll see him hit the ball and you're like, is he gonna do it? Is he gonna try it? You can do the safe thing or you can do the crazy thing. And that's the stuff that we get real excited about. And but yeah, we walk to the cars together, we get on the planes together, we're in the locker room together, and we know that this is a different type of brotherhood. So we don't hold on to any of those feelings at all so far. And nothing's ever boiled over. And I don't think that it will, because it's really not that vibe, but you can't get rid of what's inside of you.
I'm gonna be honest, oh boy, when he hit that home run, I was on the banana side, he poured some of the rose petals on me, and it felt like Steelers Ravens all over again. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the boys on my side say, bro, we gotta do something.
I know.
We as a team gotta do something. My man, I had Prince Hakeem in me. You know what I mean? I didn't like it.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, Brett, did you think you was gonna pull up to work today, man, and see a former NFL linebacker, 6'3", 250, and some pink Daisy Dukes?
And we always wonder, too, because, we get these amazing people in, so talented, so famous, and, we hope that they kind of, dive in. Some people are a little bit shyer, they kind of hang around the side. But as soon as we knew you guys were coming, we knew there wasn't going to be any of that. You guys were going to dive in with us and be excited and bring that juice.
Yep.
But I didn't expect to see the pink pants out there, and that made it a little bit better.
Are you about to
I
show
got my Jake Skull back. I
you
got
don't see the legs?
Good then.
I'm repping, baby.
You are, baby. Come on.
I'm repping, baby. Let's go.
Hey, I'm gonna say this, bro. The amount of atrophy on your thighs, your quadriceps, there's supposed to be 4 muscles in them. That is not 4 muscles.
I got duo quads.
Yeah.
Duoceps. I got duoceps.
Two muscles. That's 17 knee surgeries, B.
Yeah.
They were talking about that?
Yeah.
Crazy.
17 knee surgeries.
Imagine putting those on back in the day, filling a hole.
For you, man, because I know you guys will be at LSU coming up. I'm excited about that. I'm 20 minutes away. I'll see if I can get some tickets. I'll see if I can figure it out. What is, though, for you, the most exciting part about not only what you guys have built and are building with the party animals, but like you said, this is an entire brotherhood. What's the most exciting part about the entire brotherhood of what the Savannah Bananas are?
The cool part is no matter what we're doing, it's so many different things because you got that childhood dream that's every day, playing in front of thousands, doing what we love. That's like a given. But then you got, that excitement of bringing something brand new to somebody because they're going to show up here with all these expectations about just kind of what they've seen or heard. And we get to bring that to them, and then we're bringing it to them in a totally new thing. So this ain't baseball, this ain't a show, it's not Broadway, but it's kind of a mix of all those. So taking something that we're proud of and we built into this, giving that to somebody is definitely the most proud that we are for sure. I got a bar at home. That's a whole business, other life side of me, but I get to share, a place with people. I get to give them drinks, I get to take care of them, make them feel loved. And that's cool because that's individually something special, but doing something of this size with this many people all involved and being able to give that is just completely different. I mean, it's so unique, and I love knowing that people are coming in, not having any idea what it's going to be, and just hoping they'll see some dancing, hoping to see a little baseball, and we just got this little gift wrapped experience for them that you cannot replicate, any other way. And my baseball thing that I get to be in stadiums that I never got to play in. So, I mean, there's so many things that all work together for every single road trip. It's what we're proud of, what we did, my baseball career, I get to network with business, all those things together every weekend is just it's insane. So, I mean, it's not one thing you're always excited about, but definitely the top is sharing Banana Ball with people because it's special.
And your baseball career, you can play, bro. You go. To baseball purists, or even guys you play with on the other side, what do you say to them? What were those conversations like when you got into Banana Ball? And when they call you, and then when it blew up, were they like, Oh, damn, my bad, bro. Yeah, you
Straight
were
up.
right.
You know, it's like that tech. They're like, you're doing that? I'm sitting there and I'm like, wait. I'm like, you got to see it first.
Yeah.
But for the purists, you know, like, that's the coolest thing about it. It's not baseball. You know, somebody's like, oh, they're doing a disservice. It's like, this ain't it. Like, it's totally different, you know? And I can tell them and be like, I want you to see it because you're going to see stuff you've never seen before. You've never seen Mike Trout catch behind the back. You've never seen a backflip catch. You've never seen somebody hit a home run and do 2 flips at second and third, 3 flips at home, boom, lights going. It's one of those things where the best parts about baseball is the things that blow your mind of like what people can do in athletics. And here, it's athletics, it's acrobatics, it's showmanship. And it's like, hey, if you like baseball, you're really, really going to like this. If you've ever been impressed with baseball, you're going to be really impressed with this. So it's one of those things where it's like the purists are awesome. And like, I want them to stay pure. But like, you can have a little side for us. You can have a soft spot for something that's exciting.
A little baseball side chick.
You know, the straight up. And the best part about it is no matter what they like, they're going to come in here with their heads down being like, yeah, my kids love this. You know, like, I'm here because my kids freaking love it. And they're like, I didn't want to be here. But then they end up leaving and they're like, all right, that was pretty dope. They're like, those dudes can ball. And like, as soon as you see someone turn on 95, pull side, and you're like, what was that? You know, you see a guy on the mound bringing the heat and he throws like 17 pitches. You're like, nobody does that either. If somebody got 4 pitches in the show, they're something special. I mean, we got guys going up, down, side, left, step back, throwing it upside down. And you're like, throwing 95 is cool, but throwing 17 pitches and being crazy on the mound, that's really cool.
Yeah, man, for us too, man, it was the difference in the rules, right? The parts that make baseball extremely difficult to watch on TV, when you talking about Major League Ball, you've kind of eliminated those and added some excitement to it. I'd never seen the way a game ends. Right, that sort of showdown. Yeah. But the thing that stood out to me was like, nah, this pitcher got to be a dog. The dude at the plate got to understand, nah, like this is just me and him. And I thought all of that was cool, man. So to see you guys be competitive, to see the type of family you are, but the entertainment side as well, and for you to understand that it's all about the fans, like it's fans first, I think it was beautiful, man. So thank you for your time, bro. Thank you for welcoming us as well, man. It was a great time.
No, you guys were incredible. We live for that. And like, worlds collide. You guys, your careers are where they're at, and it's perfect because like, this social media thing, you get to share it. It's a networking deal. It's something that like you still get to take what you love and put, you know, your experience, you get to share them. And I mean, having y'all show up and show love is perfect for us. It makes us feel real, makes us feel legitimized, makes us feel all those things that we're striving for. And it's like, hey, we want to be that. We want to be here. We want to share it. We want to be on camera. We want to bring something that you can only see in person just to the world. And like, so I mean, you guys, hats off to y'all. Your careers are amazing. I love seeing all y'all here. And, you know, football household, football first love is like, you know, life keeps on going. Yeah, college, pros, you got after pros, you got families, and like, you can do it all. Yeah. there's nothing holding nobody back.
And as the only 2 people that's ever really held Super Bowl rings, man, we appreciate y'all for coming to our TED Talk.
Every time. Every time. Man, pull your pants up.
Bro,
Man, I had to show off my penis.
bro, I'm gonna be honest, dog. You are
He
built
can't
like
help himself.
a middle age, like for real. You look
I got
disgusting.
Samuel L. Jackson thighs.
Dog.
2 for $4.
Yeah, do the group. You can take a group photo real quick. Yes, sir.
And I'm going to train, so you ain't got to spot me. I'm going to beat you straight
Oh,
up.
come on.
Oh,
that
Freddie
is
T.
not going to happen.
Freddie T.
No,
Freddie T.
that is
Now, I'ma
not
need
going to
30.
happen,
T.
man.
I'm going to need my 90
Go,
feet.
no, Freddie.
You
Don't
give me
look.
90, I'm out of there.
Don't
No,
go
you
30.
ain't got a chance.
Go halfway, Freddie T.
What Muhammad
Halfway,
Ali
You go
said?
15?
Muhammad Ali said, hit the light switch, was in bed for the room got dark. That's me. That's me.
You gonna give me 90 or
I give you 90.
360
I give you
and
90.
come get me.
I might give you 100.
Dang, Chan. He better put them little shorts on.
KJ, know you ever seen a Corvette?
Yeah.
Come on. I run like a
Somebody asked me, did
Corvette.
I stretch? I said, cheetahs don't stretch before they chase gazelle.
But you the gazelle.
If he's a bachelor, I gotta go on and be like one of the guest talk hosts one time. Be like, yeah, look, bro, we don't really like her like that.
She mid.
Yeah, she mid.
Appreciate
She
y'all,
mid.
man.
Yeah, she mid.